suspension.
3 on the shot clock for Morant at the rim. He hangs, scoops, scores, and he'll get one more. Great hustle by the Grizz as Ja Morant with a highlight reel move at the rim gets fouled. He'll get an and one.
The Grizzlies held off the Rockets 130-125 and continued a hold on the number 2 spot in the Western Conference. The Kings got some help in the Pacific Division as the Lakers took out the Suns. Sacramento's hold on the number 1 spot in the Pacific grew stronger as Phoenix is now 5 games back. The Clippers are 5.5 games back, and the Warriors find themselves 6 games back of Sacramento. You can read more about the playoff push and all the chaos around it right now at SacktownSports.com. Coming up on today's show, the Athletic Sam Ament joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on
Hey, good morning. Hi. How are you?
I good. How are you?
No Kings basketball yesterday. No Kings basketball tonight.
2 days is too long.
It really is.
Yeah.
I have to pretend to care about. I was unnaturally into the golf match play championship yesterday. I'm trying to find things to care about.
Imagine when the playoffs start.
Yeah.
And they're off for
I know.
the first round takes forever. If they play a Saturday,
I know.
Thursday or something. Wait, what?
I think, and I'm not the, I know, right? I'm not the, you were just knocking for fun.
I'm knocking to the beat. Oh, they're in, baby.
I'm not
I still have
the-
the bag. In.
Oh, is that? I see a banner on your bag.
What's that mean? Oh,
These
Pacific
are
Division
not just
banner?
in,
Pacific
buddy.
Division banner.
Pacific Division World Championship banner.
World Championship.
When do the shirts? When do the Pacific Division Championship shirts start rolling out? How long after, if they clinch it, do we start getting the merch?
I would say pretty quickly, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I think that's out super
You
fast.
think, but I'm still waiting for the replica Depog chain. I'm still waiting for the.
I've seen those.
I've seen those for
You
a
have?
while now.
No. That you can buy it at Golden One.
I don't know if you
I've
can buy them there, but they're somewhere. People have been
Yeah.
running to the
Yeah,
game.
I've seen the
And they're all the
bootleg.
same ones. I don't think they're bootleg. I mean, they're
You think they sell them there? Well, then
Somewhere.
I stand.
unless somebody is smart enough to sit outside the arena and sell them.
I mean, if that's the case, let me know.
Yeah, I've seen several.
If you can get them there, we need them.
When was the last time you went to a game? Exactly. So there might.
December.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe.
dude, that's a long time.
Yeah.
So
I don't think too many people down low are wearing those either.
Oh no, the down lows would
I
never.
don't understand. Yeah, how do you not wear one? You got
This will get on my caviar.
stupid
Every time you go down low, Dave, you have caviar, don't you?
all the time, and please
Call
don't
Caviar Dave in the Lexus Lounge.
We think it's popcorn in a bucket. It's caviar.
don't isolate what Jason just said. By the way, you guys are all rolling over that. Yeah, God, that'd be so
Do
hilarious.
isolate it.
You're sitting courtside with caviar and a what would you do, like little toasts? Have either of you guys
Yes.
ever tried caviar?
I have not.
I tried it one time years ago.
Isn't it just fish poop?
What?
Isn't caviar just fish poop?
Fish eggs.
Oh,
It's literally fish eggs.
No thanks. I'll have the eggs.
And the funny thing is one of the you heard there's beluga caviar or whatever, but then I don't know if it's second
so
best
that's
or
whale
whatever.
caviar.
Huh?
That's whale
Yeah, it's
caviar.
from I don't know. I think it's from I honestly
Baby beluga in the deep blue sea.
I don't know my caviar history.
Okay.
I just know that weirdly enough,
I thought you were caviar, Dave.
no, it's been served in the White House a bunch of times over the years. There's
So
caviar
it's-
is from Alberta.
Oh,
There's
really?
caviar farms in
That's
Alberta.
what they're known for.
They're sturgeon that they farm out there, and it's one of the world's best caviars, which is some random fact.
Alberta, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you. Am I right?
Let me tell you, dude. I tried it one time because it happened to be there. I was like, try it. And I'll try, within reason, everything once. I don't get it, dude. It was so gross. And they like the
Looks like
eggs
trash.
literally I'm not joking. They pop in your mouth.
Ew.
And then obviously your mouth is filled with fish embryos.
That was your night all night that night, wasn't it? Just that's all you thought about?
100,000 trillion%, dude. I've tried sweetbreads before once. I was Mulvaney's downtown.
Yeah.
And they were bringing out all this cool stuff. Patrick Mulvaney is like the coolest dude ever. And they were bringing out, and one of the things they brought out was sweetbreads. And like, again, I know this is stupid to people that know food, but I hear sweetbreads and I think like, oh, like maybe some jelly on it, maybe a cream filling. No, dude, sweetbreads are glands, like literal glands, like glands. And you know what they taste like? Like you think glands taste like, and the consistency is glandy.
At that point, you're going, where's the fish poop?
Dude, honest to God. And then what was the other? Foie gras, which by the way, and everyone, I didn't know how it was made until after, or I wouldn't have tried it. So relax. They bring out this terrine because they're saying, well, foie gras is coming out. You got to try it. Okay. So they bring out this terrine, and like I'm the first one, and no one's really paying attention. And I, grab it and it's served with like this brown bread. So I get in there and like I put like a little tiny piece on, it spreads, it's spreadable. And I take a bite and I'm like, that's actually good. So I take a little more and I like spread it all over the bread and I pass it over to my wife. We were with another couple and I'm just chowing on it. And we were with our friends, and I turned to one named Todd. And I go, dude, this is actually, I could eat this. Like, this is really good.
I am.
And he gives me this weird look. And he's like, well, I would hope so. And I go, huh? It was butter. But and it's like this nice meal. And
you're proving a point. Finish, but you're proving a point.
That's pretty much, then they brought out the foie gras and it was, it's goose liver. And
but that's just like, why? I'm sorry. I don't care what high class, whatever you're at.
Yeah.
You bring out caviar and you bring out a good chicken tender, right? I don't give a damn I don't give a damn what anybody says. I don't care if Steve and Wilma of the high class society are like, oh, it's my caviar.
Right.
I dare you to tell me your caviar is better than the tender.
I couldn't agree with you more.
I know what I'm eating.
100%. And there's this weird thing in like food culture. I love watching food shows, and it's like the higher class the chef and the higher class the food culture, the more they're like, here's enjoy this breaded goose wiener.
No, where are the tater tots, bro?
Thank you.
Also, the smaller the plate, the smaller the food, the more expensive it is.
Exactly.
And that's just it, Jason.
Meal?
It's more expensive. It doesn't taste better. Right. It's just more expensive.
They all like the guts. Like, here's a broiled fish eye with microgreens and shaved truffle.
That's cool,
Cow
bro.
foot.
But right,
where are the sliders?
And I have this theory, and I think we all are tending to share it, where it's like, you don't really like this more than a chicken finger. Like,
exactly.
And by chicken finger, we don't mean like actual chicken finger.
Well, that's how they would take it.
Right. Like, they don't like it more. I think their whole thing is like, let's make, it's called, they literally call it, I think it's offal or offal, OFFAL, which is like the what is it, hoof to horn. And all the guts and weird pig cheek and snout and all that garbage.
Is it a chicken finger of the wild chicken of Austria?
Right. Like farm raised chicken, actual chicken claw with goose butthole. And it's like, no, I don't want any part of this. But I think it's a thing with them where they're like, no, we're going to make it taste really good.
But if you put this aioli on the goose butthole, it just brings out all the flavor of the butt.
Right.
Is it garlic aioli?
And by the way, garlic aioli is mayonnaise. Aioli is a way to sell mayonnaise for more expensive. It's literally flavored mayonnaise. I could take a thing of mayonnaise. You want to know a really good chicken finger dip? Take a thing of mayonnaise or ranch, put some sriracha in there, mix it up. You just made an aioli if it's a mayo base. That's an aioli. That's literally an aioli. And then instead of selling it for like 99 cents.
Well, we should stop being aioli holes and get to leading off.
Yes, well done.
Let's not eat those.
Seriously, leading off right.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
George, step back, contested 3. Oh, Paul George, nylon, butter, money.
Better than the foods we were talking about.
I don't know. It's weirdly enjoyable yet weird. Paul George, butter, aioli, whatever. Probably not going to be hearing that for a while.
Weeks. I thought it was worse, to be honest.
Is it what he'll be reevaluated?
Yeah, so who knows? Which is postseason.
Yeah. Now let's be clear about something. I know everybody on this show, it doesn't matter. We want to outlaw injuries. Injuries are stupid, and it doesn't matter. Like, straight up, injuries suck, and especially for a guy like Paul George with that horrific leg injury he suffered years ago. Of course, we want to beat the Clippers if we face them, but we want to beat the full-strength Clippers. Yeah. It just feels better. Now, with that caveat,
still counts.
Do the Clippers move into the team? Does that make you want to face them more? Obviously makes you want to face them more than before, but when it comes to like the Warriors, the Thunder, the Clippers, does that change in your mind at all if Paul George is out? Does that make a difference?
Not too much for me.
Yeah.
A little bit, but not too much.
I kind of feel the same way. Like,
they're really deep.
And they have Kawhi.
Yeah.
I hope he's back in time. That really stinks. We got time for number 2. We're going to break. All right, let's get to it.
Cut number 2.
4:13 remaining in the ballgame. Morant at the top, crosses over into the paint. He's got a lane, gets to the window, lays it up and in. He crossed over the defender, got to the right side, got the step and laid it home. Şengün was late.
Well, a little bit of help last night, but overall, I think, depending on how you look at it, not the greatest night for the Kings.
Not bad though.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Memphis flirted with losing for a minute. They're at home to the Rockets.
They did.
I like, the Thunder, the Rockets. I like seeing up and coming teams building, and Rockets are going to be a problem if they play. They have some pieces there. You can tell there's some pieces that are there, but not enough.
It's going to take them a while.
Yeah, it is going to take them a while. Memphis wins at home. And obviously, we'll have an update on all of the opponents that matter, really, to the Kings. Had Katie on yesterday. We'll replay it early morning for you next, coming up with no Kings game tonight. Good to preview and post-view, if that's even a word, the game from the day before yesterday. We'll get to that next right here on Sacktown Sports, sacktownsports.com.
It's Deuce and Mo.
You want to turn up a little? I mean, it's cute. It's cute. It's cute. This does not match Philadelphia, though.
No,
those guys definitely. Like, you're happy. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're happy. Our team won.
Let's go climb some poles and drop fire grenades.
And spit on anyone that doesn't make a free throw.
Especially Santa. Yeah. That's okay.
Deuce and Mo. Weekdays from 11 to 2 on Sacktown Sports.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about our friends at ACR Solar. ACRsolar.com is the website you need to check out and find out where you get your number, all the different things that they can provide for you, like home services. For us, it was a brand new roof, and that's something, a project that we had to do. One of those things that, probably every homeowner has something that you're maybe dreading because it's a big undertaking. You don't want to do it. We put it off for a couple of years. And thank goodness we didn't put it off another year, because the amount of rain and weather and elements we've had over the last couple of months, it would have been ugly for us at our house. But because late last summer, we took on the process of going through the new roof, we're in great shape, literally, here at our home, because it has a brand new roof. It looks great. The curb appeal, peace of mind, though, is what we all want as homeowners. And there's just no stress as far as all the elements and the rain and the wind and everything that's going on. We had some roof leaks in our garage last year, and so this year would have just been awful. I mean, it would have, and I don't know where else in the house it would have happened, but we don't have to worry about it, because thanks to ACR Solar and ACR Home Services. You think about solar when you hear it in their name, but they provide a lot of other things, like I said, and for us, it was the brand new roof. So if it's solar, if it's roof, if it's maybe something else, electrical stuff, they got all sorts of things they can provide for you. Check it out. Go to acrsolar.com.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports.
Katie Christensen. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning, fellas.
Hi, how are you?
I'm tired. How are you guys?
We're good. Yeah. Why are you tired, huh? Tough game last night. You 35 minutes. Celtics are physical. They're tough.
Yes, it was a physical game, and it's my kind of game. Had I been playing, I would have thrived for sure. Yeah.
Well, I think the question is this: based on some of the stuff I'm seeing online, Katie, they lost to the Jazz when the Jazz weren't playing arguably three of their best players. Now they get embarrassed at home by Boston. Is Mike Brown on the hot seat, Katie?
Yeah, he's on the hot seat. That's right. Yeah, the same way that Kendrick Perkins lost his job.
And there's like boom, like you're not bothered, right? Like most.
No. You know, one thing that did bother me, and this is just I don't know why this happened last night, but I was a little perturbed personally that Joe Mazzulla left his starters in for so long.
Yeah,
like I felt like that was kind of a statement that he was trying to make, and I know that it wasn't necessarily directed at the Kings. I think it was directed a little bit more at kind of what's going on in Boston, the environment there. He's a little bit on the hot seat in the sense that, you know, the intern tag was removed and he's the head coach, and then they've struggled from the All-Star break. And, you know, Boston media is a little bit different than maybe what Sacramento media is like. So it's been a little bit volatile for him out there, and I don't know if that's what was going on, but I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that at all. There was no reason to do that. And I said it on air. I think like maybe he could make the argument that he was trying to get his core group that have only played 81 minutes together going into last night's game some time on the floor. But that's not the case either, because Robert Williams was taken out during that time. So I don't know. I was a little perturbed about that. But in the end, when you talk about it from the Kings' perspective, I think the important thing is you look at the Milwaukee game and you look at the Boston game. They were right in it with Milwaukee. Kevin Huerter being out is impactful for sure. It makes a difference. But also the defense that Celtics team played, they made it really, really difficult for the Kings to be able to get the type of offensive production that they normally do, particularly in the paint. So one thing I can say about Mike Brown and this team this year is when they have games like that, when they struggle with one thing or another, they do a really good job of going back to the drawing board and figuring out how to work through it. And we generally don't see it again right after it happens. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I think that was a good test for them, because we're talking playoffs, guys, and this is the type of teams you're going to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Katie. I remember we were talking with you, I don't know, 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, whenever Toronto came through. It was really the first team that I would say totally dismantled the Kings, the way their offense just couldn't do anything. And we asked, is this a blueprint? And you didn't think it would be, because just what you said, the Kings would adjust, find their way, and they have. Boston was a team that switched everything, and early on I thought Sabonis had so many different mismatches that he could take advantage of, but never really could. So what did you see there, that Boston's ability to kind of take the Kings out of what we normally see from them offensively?
Yeah, they do a really good job of really sending bodies. So even though there were mismatches, they take away all of the driving lanes. And as soon as he did put the ball on the floor, there was 3 guys around him. And when he tried to kick out, they knew where he was kicking out to, and they anticipated those passes, and they came up with a lot of turnovers. And you talk about like creating a little bit of your own destiny in a game. The Kings were not able to turn that team over at a regular rate. I mean, they had 2 turnovers at halftime, and they picked up their 3rd turnover in the 4th quarter. And that's been a problem for this Boston team as of late, their 4th quarter turnovers, and they were able to turn them over a little bit in the 4th quarter, more than they did the previous 3. But at that point, it's too late. So if you can't get in the paint, if you can't create turnovers and get out in transition, especially against a team that is so good in the half court defensively. So, you know, in essence, you're really just stuck with, you know, setting up your half court offense and trying to get them to make a mistake, and they just don't make many mistakes on that end.
Katie Christensen joining us. Katie, so we know that Boston's a fantastic defensive team. They're also, I think it was number 4 in offensive rating. I mean, they're top 4 in both. So when it comes to the Kings defense as a whole, I don't know if it was more Boston's offense, less the Kings defense, but give the Kings defense a letter grade on how they performed last night.
Well, you know, I would say maybe a C plus if I'm being generous. They just were not able to slow them down. And I thought a big thing. And I love how you did that. I know why you did the letter grade, by the way. Yeah. But anyway, I give them on a scale of 1 to 10.
I didn't know if you catch it or not.
I catch it all, baby. But, I think that the reality of the situation is that obviously when you look at the offensive personnel for Boston, they keep coming at you. When they bring in their 3 guys off the bench and they have a tight 8-man rotation, it doesn't really let up at all, and so they just keep coming at you, and they do such a good job of creating threes for themselves and mismatches and those types of things. They're just that good on both ends. They're the only team in the league that is in the top 5 in both offensive and defensive rating. Yeah. And so it's no mistake that they've had the success that they've had. I think the Kings tried, but I would say maybe a C+ if I'm being generous.
We believe that Kevin Huerter will be back for this weekend, and I'm assuming, Kate, he goes right back into the starting lineup. But Kessler Edwards has done enough to be in the rotation now, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. It's interesting. I asked Mike Brown in pregame media availability about what he has liked from Kessler, and the answer that he gave me about him being in the starting lineup is that they wanted to take a look at him, and they wanted to see what he was capable of in terms of his defensive versatility. And they wanted him to be on Bradley Beal. They wanted him to be on Bridges. They wanted him to even play against Markkanen, and Markkanen didn't end up playing. But you're talking about going from a 2-guard to like a 7-foot, 3-point shooter. And so I more look at him, keeping him in that starting lineup, which traditionally it's been Terrence Davis that has been in the starting lineup when Kevin Huerter has missed games in the past. I think this is just another really brilliant job by Mike Brown of you've got someone that you think has certain potential. It's late in the season. There's not a lot of time to figure it out. So you put him in that position, in that starting lineup, because you just wanted to get an extended look at him. And to me, that's not playing for the now, that's playing for the future. And that's what this coaching staff is really looking at right now. They're already thinking about playoffs. They are already thinking about what they can do, who's going to be valuable, what situations will people be valuable in. And so I found that really, really intriguing. And, he was on Jason Tatum last night, and the first play of the game, he fouls him on the low block. The first play of the second half, they take him down to the low block. He does a better job defending that time. But, to me, it's strategic coaching because they're looking ahead. They're not just looking at, hey, this 48 minutes that we're about to embark on. He's got a long-term plan in place, and I applaud that.
If we agree that Kessler Edwards, and I don't know, do we agree, guys, that Kessler Edwards is a top 2-3 individual defender on the team?
I think so.
Okay. And he's shooting, let me see here, 53% from the field and 44% from behind the arc. Number one, isn't that the definition of a 3-and-D guy? Number two, does that make an argument? Is there an argument, even though it won't happen, Katie, to keep starting him?
No.
Okay.
And listen, I'm a huge fan of Kessler. I'm a big fan of him defensively, and he's struggled a little bit more the last couple games, obviously, because he's in that starting lineup and he is being tasked with guarding the best player on these teams. And, when you look at him coming off the bench as a role player, I will continually point out just how good he is defensively. So I can say that his shooting numbers have gotten better over the last couple games. I mean, they were, it was like 25% from beyond the arc, but I mean, it was such a incredibly small sample size that it's not fair to say that that's the type of offensive player he is. I think he has the potential long-term to be a really solid 3-and-D guy and develop into someone that maybe could play major minutes. But I think his best use right now is what we were seeing prior to the Kevin Huerter injury, is spot defense, right? Like being brought in to take on a certain matchup and wreak a little havoc off the bench. But I will say I really, really do love his game, and I want to see if he's able to maintain those type of offensive numbers as his role kind of is expanded, whether if it's this year or next year.
You're the best. Katie Christensen, TV analyst for your Sacramento Kings. Thanks so much for getting up and talking to us, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, fellas.
The last time the Kings had a winning season, you heard this.
Mark to the hoop, lays it up, around, and in, at the horn, and Arco has gone for so.
Now it's the Beam Team's turn.
The Knicks have it. Here comes Barrett on the run. Stutter step in the lane. Double clutch. Chase down, blocked by Sabonis. Rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
The Sacramento Kings will finish the regular season with a winning record for the first time since 2006. Every Kings game on Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Thursday. We're out the door to a soggy start. We'll see a chance for more showers blossom this afternoon, maybe an isolated thunderstorm with highs today in the lower 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
When it comes to your sewer, what goes down must come out. Get a detailed video inspection absolutely free with any sewer drain cleaning and keep life flowing in the right direction. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
At Ashton & Price over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel. Founded in Northern Ireland, PRG has grown from humble beginnings to become the top brand in custom golf accessories for most of the world's top 100 golf courses. PRG offers original designs as well as Arnold Palmer, Folds of Honor, collegiate license, and Major League Baseball product designs. PRG is the official supplier of the Ryder Cup. PRG is available at major golf shops, or PRG makes it easy to purchase directly for your individual use at prg-golf.com. prg-golf.com.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. If you're a small business owner, listen up. Pi Insurance wants to give you one of those aha moments, the kind that could save you money. Workers' comp is probably one of the biggest costs you face. But did you know that insurance providers have flexibility in setting their prices? That's right. But many don't bother giving small businesses the savings you deserve. Instead, you can get lumped in with other businesses and overcharged. Pi Insurance was created to change that. With Pi, you get a quote tailored specifically to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. Take 3 minutes to see how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or go to trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
The clock is ticking. Get off the bench and head down to Fasteners Tool Outlet, where you'll find the lowest prices on Milwaukee power tools and so much more. Why pay more at a big box store? Get a triple-double at Fasteners Tool Outlet with weekly and monthly offers, including up to 50% off select hand tools, batteries, power tools, and fasteners. Whether you're looking for a Festool sander, a Saw's top table saw, or a Milwaukee Impact driver, Fasteners Tool Outlet has the tools you need to do the job. Get a slam dunk with Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Ed Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sacktown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sacktown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Memphis Grizzlies got a big return last night as Ja Morant played in his first game since an 8-game suspension.
3 on the shot clock for Morant at the rim. He hangs, scoops, scores, and he'll get one more. Great hustle by the Grizz as Ja Morant with a highlight reel move at the rim gets fouled. He'll get an and one.
The Grizzlies held off the Rockets 130-125 and continued a hold on the number 2 spot in the Western Conference. The Kings got some help in the Pacific Division as the Lakers took out the Suns. Sacramento's hold on the number 1 spot in the Pacific grew stronger as Phoenix is now 5 games back. The Clippers are 5.5 games back, and the Warriors find themselves 6 games back of Sacramento. You can read more about the playoff push and all the chaos around it right now at SacktownSports.com. Coming up on today's show, the Athletic Sam Amick joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
So I don't know sometimes what the answer is here. It's Dave, it's Jason, it's Jay Mars. When it comes to refereeing in the NBA and umpiring, like everyone, the refs are against everybody. I actually was going back and forth with a Laker fan yesterday on social media, which is, by the way, always a pleasurable way to spend an afternoon. And they're like convinced the refs are against them.
Oh, of course they are.
Laker fan is.
Yeah.
And I don't know that who knows, maybe there's something to it. I can't imagine it. It's like the whole Steph Curry refs don't call fouls on, against Steph Curry or on Steph Curry doesn't get calls, is what I'm trying to say. And listen, I've seen clips before where it's like, wow, he got fouled, but is it isolated? You never get a true, and Kings fans, always refs suck. Although that's accurate. So I don't know what the answer is. I don't know. And this is where the statistical community can really help, because even though it's only the last 2 minutes, like why am I not seeing numbers out there that are comparing the percentage of wrong calls in the last 2 minutes this year versus every year of the L2M report? Why are we not seeing at least the data that's available to us? Because although numbers can obfuscate, they generally don't lie on a scale like that. I don't have the data. I don't know if the reffing's worse this year, but I know that we're talking about it more, and I know it seems like it's worse.
Yeah, I'm sure someone honestly will do some sort of dive on that. Someone will do a think piece and a long extended article about that. But that's interesting. I still maintain the last 2 minute report's a bad idea. I get the concept.
Yeah.
I totally understand why they do it. But if someone did do that deep dive, and like we had it earlier, remember how many infractions were against the Kings at one point?
Yes.
Does that? I mean, that just builds such a negative feeling for Kings fans.
Yes.
On referees that starts to go down. The refs hate us. Well, I don't think anybody hates anybody. That's my belief. And if that is the case, then it becomes a league that you'll never want to watch.
Right.
I mean, you might think you're always getting the bad whistle, but if you think there actually is a reason for it, I mean, the thought, what most people would say is, well, yeah, they want the Lakers in the finals, and they want the Knicks.
Yeah.
How many Lakers-Knicks finals have you seen?
Never.
So,
well, I mean, at least I've never seen
you and I haven't.
Yeah. Right.
So
I with Kings fans, it's a lot of PTSD from Game 6, I think. But
of course.
So last night, the Suns lost a home game to the Lakers, and I thought this was quite interesting. Here's D'Angelo Russell. I don't know how well this is going to come over the radio, but here's a clip off the TNT broadcast. See if you can pick it up. If not, we'll tell you what he said.
4 minutes to play. Lakers trying to add to their 9-point lead as Mr. Davis will go to the line.
Okay, Okay, did you hear? That's D'Angelo Russell.
I heard
saying,
him, but I couldn't make it out.
Scott Foster reffing y'all. That's what he says. I'll see if you can hear it again.
Scott Foster reffing y'all.
Scott Foster reffing y'all. Scott Foster. That's picked up on the TNT mics going into a timeout. Lakers 111, Phoenix 102, 3:57.
We'll go to the line.
Scott Foster reffing y'all.
Okay. Now, let's go to Monty Williams, head coach of the Phoenix Suns. This was him postgame.
I spoke with Joe last week. I can sit here and rant and rave about what I feel like is not a fair whistle. It's just not. With the 46 free throws, we're doing the same. We're attacking the rim. I'm getting explanations about we're taking too many jump shots, mid-range jump shots. We're playing a physical game. They had 27 free throws in the first half. They end up with 46. When do you see a game with 46 free throws for one team? That's just not right.
Okay, so
don't give Phoenix the whistle on Friday.
Say that again.
Don't make this up and give Phoenix the whistle on Friday.
But wait, there was the Lakers game where there was a free throw disparity.
Okay, of course my mind went there exactly. So I put the video up, tweeted the video out, and I posted the box score from Game 6, which is what you're referring to, Kings and Lakers. Now here's where it gets a little interesting. Last night, the Lakers shot 46 free throws. They were 36 of 46 to the Suns 20. Game 6, the Lakers shot 40 free throws to the Kings 25. So on the surface, with zero context, which you have to have here to understand also how many were called in the fourth quarter of Game 6 alone. But in context, it was actually a more egregious disparity last night than it was for Game 6, which is maybe the most controversial game in NBA history. Again, context, when they were called, no one, or at least I'm not suggesting that this was as bad or worse, because, golly, that's impossible. But that's a problem.
Yeah.
You have in the same game a player on the Lakers being picked up on a mic talking about one of the most controversial refs in the game. That's obviously, he's not saying it like, hey guys, you know the Scott Foster guy? It's almost like it's something that's well known. And then in the post game, you have the other coach on the other team talking about, and he's going to get fined. So he's paying $10, $15, $20, $25,000 to criticize the reffing.
Right.
That's a problem. And
definitely for the league.
And by the way, we haven't even gotten to Mark Cuban.
The protest.
By the way, just a reminder, Scott Foster, over a fairly short period of time, between October 2006 and April 2007, reportedly received 137 phone calls from Tim Donaghy. That's the type of stuff that sticks in people's mind. Could be completely innocent. Who knows? But that's the kind of stuff that sticks in people's mind, and that is a real problem for Adam Silver and the NBA. You want to know what's on the up and up? Ram Truck Month. Never an issue there, whether it's Ram Truck Month, whether it's a Jeep celebration event. Hoblet Dodge, your number one Ram truck dealer in California, number 3 in the United States. I think there should be a remote where, Jason, you go up and just dance. Like they have the wacky inflatable. They should have wacky inflatable Jason Ross.
I'd do it.
Doing the dance.
Yeah.
Number one Ram truck dealer in California. Like I said, number 3 in the whole U.S. of A. J.D. Power Customer First Award recipient since 2019. The 2022 Ram truck, number 1 in J.D. Power's initial quality study. You want numbers? I'll give you numbers. $10,000 off MSRP on the new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. That's $10,000 off. You have other dealers that are marking up off MSRP. Hoblet is dropping the price, which is why they are the most trusted dealer in California. They don't want your business just now. They want your business next time you buy a vehicle. They want your kid's business, your brother-in-law's business, your mom and dad's business. They're a family-owned car dealership. They're not just trying to put money in their pocket and get you off the lot. They want a relationship for life. 5 minutes from the airport, right there in Woodland. Search, select, and save at hobletdodge.com. No hassle, no pressure. Ever dealership, get out there today. And you tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. When we come back, return to Memphis for Ja. I mean, he's always been there, but he played last night, came off the bench. We'll talk about that next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sacktown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sacktown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet Store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all four arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet Store. Visit the Good Feet Store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
It's March, and you know what that means? Taxes are almost due. Jackson Hewitt can help you win tax season. That's the sound of your maximum tax refund. The sound of getting 50% off tax prep. The sound of many of our competitors' prices going up. And the sound of getting to your nearest Jackson Hewitt. Hurry in for 50% off tax prep before this offer expires April 9th. Limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
Scott for Scott's here. Do you hear that? Bring the mic in close. That's not how the grass should sound. There's weeds everywhere in this lawn. It's time to take action with Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action. It gets 3 jobs done at once. Kills weeds, prevents crabgrass, and feeds your lawn so it keeps growing strong. Ah, much better.
Get a bag of Scott's Triple Action today. It's guaranteed, or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
You can't host movie night on your phone's hotspot. It's time for real home internet on the Xfinity 10G network. The future starts now. New customers can get 200 megabit Xfinity internet for just $25 a month for 2 years during our Xfinity 10G network launch celebration, now through April 23rd. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at sacktownsports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning, Bill Eats RV, and Naughtywood Barbecue.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Sam Amick at 8 o'clock. Good that he has time for us in between his other podcast appearances. God. Welcome back. It was a welcome back for Ja Morant last night. And we'll get to where the Sacramento Kings are and all of the different thingies.
Mm-hmm.
But it certainly was not helped by the Grizzlies last night, who in a surprisingly close game, they did manage to beat the 18-55 Rockets at home.
And they've got them again, too, by the way, in 2 days.
Yeah, which it's
tomorrow.
One of those, like, they're probably not going to take the Rockets lightly twice. Kenyon Martin Jr. at 31. Wasn't Kenyon Martin Jr. a King once?
He was, like, for a minute, yeah.
And Jalen Green had 32. Alperen Şengün, 25 and 8. And Kevin Porter Jr. with the triple-double, 14, 10, and 10. We were talking earlier. There's some fun Rockets on that team. Some fun young Rockets. But Jaren Jackson Jr., 37 and 10. Ja Morant off the bench in 24 minutes, 17 points, 4 boards, 5 assists. I'm just stat reading at this point, but just so you understand, 130, 125 was your final. I don't know about the 2 seed anymore, Jason, and I'm not hurt about that necessarily. Kings right now, 2 games back with 10 games remaining, 2 games back in both the loss column and the actual games back, whereas they are 5 games ahead of the Suns for the 4 seed.
Yeah, the division is looking great. The 3 seed is looking really promising. It's can you catch the 2 seed? So 2 back. What's Memphis have 10 as well? No, Memphis they both have 10 games left.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to need a little help. You just have to catch them, right? Because I think the Kings, we figured out the head-to-head is 2-2. You kind of go to then who wins the division? Well, they both would have won their divisions. Then you go to conference record. And right now the Kings have played 4 less games.
Yeah.
So 4 less losses. And obviously, if you think you're catching Memphis, you're probably winning more games. So they might be able to get it on that tiebreaker, but you got to catch them, which is not going to be easy to do.
I wouldn't say with 10 left. Again, if Memphis went undefeated, the Kings would have to go 8-2, and the Kings going 8-2 is actually not out of the ball. I mean, I don't think they will. Probably more like 7-3, 6-4 is what it would say. But 8-2 is not impossible.
Yeah.
Not at all. 8 out of 10, not impossible. Especially if Denver's sitting people.
Yeah. But what do you think Memphis will do in their final 10?
That's
if we look at their schedule.
Yeah,
I'll give you their numbers.
They have one of the easiest schedules remaining.
Yeah, Houston, we mentioned the second game of 2 with Houston. At Atlanta.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Home for Orlando.
Not so tough.
Home for the Clippers.
Yeah.
Home for the Clippers.
Yeah.
At Chicago. Home for Portland. At New Orleans. At Milwaukee and at OKC.
Now, the interesting thing, though, there with the whole at Milwaukee thing, when you look at the overall standings, Milwaukee right now 2.5 ahead of Boston.
I don't know that they're going to be playing people in game 81. Who knows for them?
Yeah.
But the other part, too, is we got to remember, I mean, Memphis, it was the return of Ja. That's their best player.
Yes.
So that should give them the boost and maybe play some of their better basketball. I think they deserve credit for what they went through. When Ja went out, or, the suspension or departure from the team, along with Adams being out, I really thought they would hit more of a skid.
Sure.
They did a nice job of kind of staying above water there and winning games when he wasn't around, which credit to them.
I think what's maybe more of a need to focus on than the 2 seed at this point is who's going to be the 6 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Because should things hold, that's who the Kings would be playing in the first round. You mentioned the Clippers. So they've got Oklahoma City tonight. New Orleans, both at home, Chicago at home, then at Memphis, as you mentioned twice, at New Orleans, home Lakers, home Portland, at Phoenix. So that's actually a bit of a tougher schedule than most of the teams left in the NBA that are in the race. Point being, the Golden State Warriors right now would be the Kings' first round opponent. And I know I'm very split on that. Part of me thinks that would be an amazingly fun series. The other part of me is very scared of the Warriors and their championship pedigree, and I don't want all their fans up here. Now, if you're asking me would I rather face the Warriors or Clippers, be careful what you ask for type of thing, but I'd rather face the Clippers if you put a gun to my head. And the Warriors right now just a half game behind the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm sitting here trying to make bets, I think the Warriors will probably pass the Clippers when it's all said and done, and that's not a safe bet.
Will they catch Phoenix? They're one back of Phoenix.
That's.
I mean, you start to look at the loss column, which is something we always tell everybody to do. With Phoenix's loss last night, they're at 34.
Right.
Then you go to the Clippers at 35. There's two teams at 36, the Warriors, and still OKC. They've just played less games. I mean, they're played 2 less games than the Warriors. And the amount of teams with 37 losses, T-Wolves, Mavericks, Lakers, Jazz, Pelicans. I mean, it's
crazy.
It is such a mess. It's going to be on the head-to-heads that teams play. Like last night was a big swing between Dallas and the Warriors.
Yeah.
You know, obviously one gets a win, one gets a loss. How many of those games are left amongst all these teams?
And it's funny you mentioned that because I haven't even really paid that. I've been looking more at the Denver game at the end of the year. They got the Kings and Warriors second to last game of the season. That could be an interesting little prelude where messages are sent and blah 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 for the playoffs. But you're right. I mean, right now the Warriors are a game clear of the Timberwolves and the Thunder, and a game and a half clear of the Mavs and the Lakers. The Lakers now officially in the play-in, but just a half game ahead of the Jazz and Pelicans. Pelicans just released word yesterday. They're going to reevaluate Zion, what would amount to be the last game of the season. That's an unfortunate situation. And speaking of the Dallas game, that's one thing we didn't even have time to get to with all the conversating about the refereeing in the Lakers-Suns game. It wasn't even arguably the most egregious thing. Mark Cuban, who owns the Dallas Mavericks, as you all know, was talking about a play yesterday, and I'll let him explain it. For those wondering about the play with 1:54 to go in the third, let me explain what happened. The referee called Mavs ball. The announcer announced Mavs ball. Then there was a timeout. During the timeout, the official changed the call and never told us. Then when they saw us line up as if it were our ball, he just gave the ball to the Warriors, never said a word to us. They got an easy basket. You may have seen the play. The Warriors inbound the ball. There's no Mavs on that side. They lay it up right away. There was no Mavs on that side defending. Crazy that it would matter in a 2-point game. Worst officiating, a non-call mistake, possibly in the history of the NBA. That's dramatic. All they had to do was tell us, and they didn't. So they have filed a formal protest. It's in a tuxedo and everything. I saw it. It's very formal with tails.
Suited and booted.
I mean, and that's going to be very interesting because that's a 2-point loss, which means that call, if wrong, directly affected the outcome. And if they're able to prove that if it went down exactly how Cuban said, and we don't know if it did, but if it did, it's almost like Silver's got to grant that protest. I don't know how he wouldn't. I know that never happens. But if they're able to show that the ref literally booted the call and just switched it for no reason without informing the team, I think they have a pretty good case. You're looking at me, and I know there's no way the protest.
I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
And the last team to protest, also Dallas, and they lost that one. I don't know. I think look, I know we're getting a little bit later into refereeing in the league, but it's a bad look all the way around.
Really
to me,
is a bad look.
I think he showed it was Warriors ball. It wasn't clean, wasn't clear. I don't know what was said on the court. I wasn't on the court, but yeah, confusion.
Well, I was on the court, and we'll tell you what they said later when we come back. Standings watch. We'll take a look at the magic numbers and so much more. Hour number 1 in the books. We're right back on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
I'm Eric Armstead, and you're listening to Sacktown Sports.
Armstead with relentless pursuit, and Eric Armstead came in and sacked him.
You wanted more Niners?
Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento's new home for the 49ers.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave telling you something you already know, which is your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new furnace or air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. All you got to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote now, today. Do it right now. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home. You don't have to have somebody come out and walk around your house and blah, blah, blah. Just do the quoting tool. It's so easy. AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. I absolutely love these folks. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
At Staples, school is always in session, and savings never take a holiday, especially now during Staples Teacher Palooza. You save big on everything for school, like 20% on all Crayola products, up to 40% on brands like Post-it, Papermate, and Elmer's. Plus, 80-count Lysol disinfecting wipes are only $1.99. During Staples Teacher Palooza, teachers save big and so do you with classroom deals for everybody. But deals end soon, so hurry to Staples today. Offers end 3/25. In-store only while supplies last.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Truck Month?
This month, you can save up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Plus, we have over 600 new Ram trucks available, which means we have the truck you want at the price that will work for you. That's what makes us California's #1 Ram truck dealer and #3 in the nation.
Oh, with all the options in Sacramento, how does Hoblet manage to be the #1 Ram truck dealer over and over again?
Well, our true pricing policy is a big part of it. The price you see is the price you pay. No bait and switch or surprise add-ons like other places. Plus, we know times are getting harder, which is why we don't mark up our trucks like everyone else.
Hey, if you're tired of being taken advantage of or just being the next sucker, come experience the difference at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
10,000 total net savings after 4,000 factory rebates and 6,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include $1,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualifying $1,000 case, C&H, or New Holland equipment cash. Must have purchased qualifying equipment after December 1st, 2020 to qualify. 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
The clock is ticking. Get off the bench and head down to Fasteners Tool Outlet, where you'll find the lowest prices on DeWalt power tools and so much more. Why pay more at a big box store? Get a triple-double at Fasteners Tool Outlet with weekly and monthly offers, including up to 50% off select hand tools, batteries, power tools, and fasteners. Whether you're looking for a Festool sander, a Saws Top table saw, or a DeWalt impact driver, Fasteners Tool Outlet has the tools you need to do the job. Make a slam dunk with Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Powell Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your home for the Sacramento Kings.
It's Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sacktown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Memphis Grizzlies got a big return last night as John Morant played in his first game since an 8-game suspension.
3 on the shot clock for Morant at the rim. He hangs, scoops, scores, and he'll get one more. Great hustle by the Grizz as Ja Morant with a highlight reel move at the rim, gets fouled. He'll get an and one.
The Grizzlies held off the Rockets 130-125 and continued a hold on the number 2 spot in the Western Conference. The Kings got some help in the Pacific Division as the Lakers took out the Suns. Sacramento's hold on the number 1 spot in the Pacific grew stronger as Phoenix is now 5 games back. The Clippers are 5.5 games back, and the Warriors find themselves 6 games back of Sacramento. You can read more about the playoff push and all the chaos around it right now at SacktownSports.com. Coming up on today's show, the Athletic Sam Amon joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right. Some guy got mad because in context of the Suns game, I brought up Game 6. Very important announcement he has on the text line.
Oh, what's he got?
1-800-912-1140. Stop living the past. I will stop living the past, especially when it's in context of 40 free throws for the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, golly. Who would possibly bring that up in Sacramento? My goodness. Tim wants to know, are we going to be driving around with 2023 Pacific Division champion flags on our cars? Ain't going to lie, I had a 2002 one. I feel like I would. Why not? Where are the flags?
Are you a car flag guy?
Never been, but give me a car flag. What are they attached to? Your antenna?
No, doesn't it go in the window?
Oh, it does?
Like you roll the window up
you're
and
right.
It's kind of pinched in there, I
don't know
think.
If it worked, I'd put a flag on. I just feel like it's just begging to be stolen. I remember them Jack in the Box, the antenna balls.
Mm-hmm.
I had like 4 of them.
All gone?
All gone. This is back in the day.
Yeah.
But, hey, here's a... I think, honestly, the station want to do something fun. They should make little antenna balls with our faces. That could actually get really bad.
That would be fun.
That'd be funny. Just put a little antenna face.
Okay.
Be fun for me.
Bumper stickers, are those still a thing?
I don't think I was really giving this some thought not that long ago. Like the only time I ever see bumper stickers anymore is like on somebody's lifted truck with flags on it, someone's beater car, or
they have 48 of them.
Right. And that would be like my junior high history teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like that she would have the ones that are like, the peace sign and don't kill the whale and whatever, all that stuff. But yeah, you're right. They have like a radio station bumper. Who's putting? When's the last time you put a bumper sticker on your car?
I don't know if I ever put a bumper sticker on any car I owned.
I don't think I did. I'm actually honestly surprised they haven't figured out a way. Like how is there not like digital bumper stickers or whatever that you can just like update?
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Why? How is there not like, how is some company, and don't steal this idea, and if you do, give us some, how have they not come up with like things that they can like put on your car that can't be lifted? Where
like an advertising.
Yeah, where you can sell the advertising and then like pay you get paid per mile or whatever you drive. You get a little check every month. It says, hey, eat it Frenchies or whatever. I don't know. I don't know.
Eat it Frenchies.
Yeah, let's come up with all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, I don't do bumper stickers. What I do though is I do watch the standings, as do you, as a matter of fact. And
standings watch.
It was a good night and a bad night, depending on where you're looking for the Sacramento Kings. I only say bad night in the sense that Memphis won and Denver won and Golden State won.
Yeah, but the good, Dallas lost. Phoenix lost. Minnesota won.
Yeah,
it's okay. Utah lost. Mm-hmm. That's a team that's in the mix. So there's some good and some bad. And the thing is, this is going to happen every night. So you just got to keep watching this, keep following. There'll be some changes, some fluctuations, and it's just constantly changing here.
If my math is right, so the Lakers are 36-37, as are the Mavericks, which means they have played 73 games.
Correct.
Which means they have 9 left.
Correct.
Which means if they went 9-0. They would finish at 45 wins.
You're getting it.
Which means the Kings, who have 10 games left, would have to go 2-8
to tie.
Yeah. So that tells me their magic number, I believe, is 2
or 3
to
surpass those teams. Yeah. So it's moving on. on those teams. Like yesterday, there were losses. People asked did the magic number change. It actually stayed at 4, and it's a little convoluted. One, the Kings didn't win. There were teams that lost. They're shrunk, but there's still enough teams above the top 6 that kind of keep the Kings magic number at 4.
The Golden State Warriors are the current 6th seed. They have played 74 games, which gives them 8 left. They have 38 wins, which means that's 46 wins for a max, which means the Kings could go 3-7 and
to tie them. So 4-6 to pass them.
And they play the Warriors later this year. If they won that, they'd have the tiebreaker, correct? Or
no, it'd be 2-2, and then it goes to further on. But
then it goes to, I believe, what was a conference record?
That or division if you win the division. But if you're tied, you wouldn't have won the division. Yeah, then it goes to conference record, correct?
Kings seem to be in line to win the division. We'll see, but they are 27-15 in conference, whereas the Warriors are 25-20. Going to be really hard for the Warriors to catch them in conference records.
Well, in that scenario, like if the Warriors went undefeated,
yeah,
and the Kings lost, they're going to be losing some conference games. Yeah, it's messy. Just
we're getting close.
Win a cup. It's really close. And the fact that Phoenix keeps losing, that to me was the biggest threat as far as the Kings moving positions. Now they've dropped from 2 to 3, but I think losing 3 is almost going to be impossible for them.
Is it possible? I don't know. That's a lot of math here, but I'm trying to think. Is it possible for them to clinch on Friday?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so either. Maybe they could clinch the play-in.
Yeah. There's not a big difference between 6 and 10. That's the problem.
Gotcha. So they play Phoenix on Friday, and then they play Utah Saturday, Minnesota Monday. Both of those games are at home. I imagine either that Utah or Minnesota is going to be the game that's lined up, depending on what the Kings do, depending on what the other teams do. But that's going to be where the lineup is to clinch. Just in case it's not, though, a reminder that we will be on location in Portland for Thursday and Friday shows. We'll actually be flying out after the show Wednesday. We will arrive in Portland in time to head over to the game. Jason will be doing pre-half and post live down there.
Dave will be playing.
I will be, yes, I will actually be suiting up, as a matter of fact, and we're going to get all the possible coverage we can get for you all, both after the game, the following day. We're just going to bring you as much content as we can.
You know what I love now, too? Like, I think it's what Get Up has the Western Conference standings, how crowded it is.
Yeah.
They do 4 through 12. They don't even include the Kings because they've assumed, like, well, no one's catching them. They've lumped the Suns all the way down through the Pelicans.
Yeah, they're not even.
Like, the Kings will be in.
Let's go to the phones. 1-800-920-1140. AC, what's up, brother?
Hey, that food segment at the start was cracking me up. Thanks for doing that. I know it was answer, but it was funny.
Yeah.
And and by the way, they don't have license plates bumper stickers that are digitized, but they do have license plates, I think. So you can get a digitized license plate or license plate frame, I believe.
No, you can. I've seen them. They're black and white. They're digital. Also, they're ridiculously expensive, not just to buy, but also per year. And I looked at it like, oh, this is neat. I wonder if it's cost effective, whatever. That'd be a cool little look. And then I looked at how much it was and was like, yeah, I'm good, dude. Bring that down. Stop it. So yeah, I hear you.
And regarding the Warriors, we just, and I'm not saying we don't want to play the Warriors, but the Warriors have a horrible road record. Well, guess what? Coming up to Sacramento is not really a road trip. And there's so many Warrior fans that come out of the woodwork, it almost feels like a home game for them. So that you can throw that road record stuff out the window. And the only thing we would have going in our favor would be they would be looking past this and thinking, hey, this is just the first round knockoff. We're warming up for a championship run. But I generally would like to play someone like Dallas if we have the choice, right? So just want to throw that out there.
No, I think so. Thank you, AC. And it makes me, I always get nervous, like trying to pick whoever because, hey, that's bulletin board material for their team. But yeah, Dallas. However, very close game. They have Kyrie and Luka.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think you have to go, to me, when you're looking at these series, like pick that team at their best.
Yeah.
So to your point, what you just said, Dave, is let's look at Dallas. Like right now, I look at them going, yeah, they're scuffling. I don't know well, Kyrie didn't play last night. Luka returned. Right. Luka's missed a bunch of time. Them together has been okay. They haven't played that much. But most playoff games are close. And if at the end of the game, and let's say all the playoff games in that series are tied with 5 minutes to go, they have Luka and they have Kyrie.
Yes, they do.
Could the Kings beat them? Absolutely.
Yes.
Because I'd say, oh, look, the Kings have Sabonis and Fox. But Luka and Kyrie, that'd be pretty scary.
I think when you add in there, and that's like
the best version of the Mavs, right?
Best version of the Mavs. You've got Luka and Kyrie going. You have Dwight Powell and Christian Wood as your big and backup big. And then what also kind of scares me, in addition to Doncic and Irving, which is why it's like I feel like they have the right ingredients. Just, part of this, I think Jason Kidd's a terrible coach. They also have, in addition to Powell and Wood, they've got Frank Kitalina. And bear with me here, and they have Tim Hardaway Jr. when he's healthy. They have guys like Justin Holiday. My point is this: Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris. What they have is they have two phenomenal scorers in Luka and Kyrie. What they have in addition to that, I don't know that I count Wood as a role player necessarily, but they've got the ability to put in some real good lockdown defenders. Like a guy like Kitalina is not, listen, he's not a great player per se, stat-wise, but he can defend.
Right.
Same thing with Tim Hardaway Jr. He can very much defend. So they have the ability to give you all these looks that could give you some trouble. And then, oh, by the way, they have, two of the top 10 all-world scorers in the game right now? That's scary to me.
Yeah, I think, again, it's always one of those things. You probably have a preference, but careful what you wish for. It's usually not what you think a series would be like, oh, I want to play them because this is what they look like in the regular season. Sure, but what's the best version of the Mavs? With rest, with guys healthy. Same with the Warriors. If they get Wiggins back, the T-Wolves now get Towns back. There's a lot of moving parts here for some of these other teams.
As we take a break and get to 3 for Madness, just to AC's point, it's a black and white digital license plate. Yeah. It costs $150 to install, $24.95 a month. Just to have a digital.
$24.95 a month?
That's right. Yeah, see, that's dumb. They're probably not selling it. We'll take a break. When we come back, we got Giants, we got A's, we got the Sweet 16 coming back tonight. Whoop, how's your bracket? We'll get to all that. 3 for Madness next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
I think Josh McDaniels looks at a football organization like a lion looks at a pride. Like there can only be one alpha, and he gets in the, he saunters over into the pride, and he spots the threats and who needs to be gotten rid of, and who needs to be taken out, and I think that's why you see like a Darren Waller, a Derek Carr, they're out.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sacktown Sports.
Deb's constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating kept giving her grief. She talked to her doctor to get some relief. Deb had irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, which was a start. Saying yes to Linzess helped her do her part.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Want to remind you.
Oh,
all y'all.
Even me?
Even you. Coming up at 8 o'clock. Sammy McJoy.
Sammy.
From the Athletic. 4 syllables is how I do it.
He's athletic.
Coming up right now. J Mars, 3 for Madness. 3 questions. Question 1.
Giants pitcher Ross Stripling's 90-something-year-old Aunt Jane threw out the first pitch to him yesterday from the top of the mound.
Yeah, Jane, way to go.
Jane.
Do you have a favorite first pitch?
My favorite first pitches are the ones where they just suck.
Those are everybody's
epic failures.
Yeah, I know. I remember like Gary Delabate, the producer for Howard Stern, had a horrific first pitch for the Mets.
50 Cent.
I was just going to say,
was pretty bad.
I think 50 Cent though. That's the one where I was going. I think 50 Cent might take. That was just like I don't think he ever threw a baseball before. That being said, That being said, those are fun. But I think, my opinion, without a doubt, there is no close second here. The best first pitch of all time was George W., 2001, Yankee Stadium. Somebody put a graphic up once that showed they looked at every single presidential first pitch in history going back to, I think, Taft or something weird like that.
I love Taft's.
Yeah, great. Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Great screwball.
So they showed every pitch. They showed the pitch count, like the strike zone.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the strikiest strike. He's wearing a bulletproof vest. You know, those of us who remember how crazy things were back then. I don't care about the politics. I don't care how you feel about it. It has nothing to do with that. You have the President of the United States days after 9/11, days after the buildings go down in New York in front of a sold-out crowd, walk to that mound representing America and throw a heater down the middle for a strike. For me, I can go back and look at that and I still get chills.
Yeah, and what's the backstory? Like Jeter tells him, like, no, you got to get on the mound.
Right, exactly.
And I think there was some talk like, hey, he'll just stand on the grass, which would have been fine too.
Right.
But everything about it is better. The pressure of the element, the, wearing
he's
armor,
vest, yes.
basically, that you can't, you can tell he's kind of filled out, but he's got the jacket zipped up. You can't tell. And then, he just delivers. It's the moment.
In New York.
Yeah, just what it all signified. I think that's it. It's the bloopers too for me, I guess.
Right.
And some of them, like, okay, I think you're trying to be so outlandish. Like, I'm going to throw it over here to third base.
Right.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then there's a couple others that stood out. I think it was Russell Wilson and Kaepernick. They both threw up first, and I want to say they were like 94 mile an hour. You're like,
really?
Oh, like
Darts.
they were going for it a little bit too. Like some people just like go up there and it's fine.
Well, Russ played a professional baseball player.
Absolutely.
Russ was drafted, I believe, like 800 picks before Aaron Judge in the same draft.
Yeah.
And I'm not exaggerating. It was somewhere close to that.
Yeah. NC State played there. Yours?
When I threw out a first pitch at the River Cats game.
How'd you do, Jay?
I did pretty good. Threw a strike in a Dodgers jersey. Cats fans weren't a fan, but hey.
From the mound?
From the mound.
I didn't know we were allowed to do that. We were allowed
Haven't
to
you threw out a first pitch?
I wasn't going to bring it up.
How'd you do?
It was
knuckle change.
Yeah,
Shoe hopper.
I had it was me, Keith Brooks, and Nate Goodyear. We all threw at the same time.
Who won?
I had the closest strike, which I thought it would be Nate, but I don't think any of it. I think mine was like just inside.
Yeah,
but it was down the middle.
Okay.
Well,
I threw one from the outfield wall. I'm like, I'm taking this back.
You ever try kicking a field goal in front of a family member at a local university?
I would love to try. What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Number 2.
Question 2.
A's legend Reggie Jackson told Howard Stern the other day that 20 plus years ago, he had a team which included Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer ready to buy the Oakland A's, but was blocked by Bud Selig. Now, Selig and the man who ended up buying the A's, Lou Wolf, were fraternity brothers in college. Reggie Jackson's story, check out.
I mean, if you're asking me, do I believe that Bud Selig could do something completely corrupt and not in the interest of baseball, but in the interest of himself? Let's just remember that Kennesaw Mountain Landis became commissioner of baseball from being a judge with one major caveat, and this was in light of the 8-man out scandal with the Chicago White Sox, that he would be completely independent of the owners, that he had autonomy to do that in which he wished, whether it was a player punishment or an owner punishment. It was the only way the commissioner's situation was going to work out. And that lasted all the way through Bart Giamatti and his untimely death, Fay Vincent. And then you get Bud Selig, who is the owner of the Brewers. In one of the most underspoken about corrupt moves in sports history, you basically replace the whole point of the office of the commissioner with an owner. So, yes, I 100%. I don't know if Reggie's telling the truth. I don't know if he's exaggerating, but I have no problems believing Bud Selig did something corrupt and not in the best interest of baseball.
Yeah, I believe all of it. I don't know why Reggie. Well, I mean, I guess people tell stories and fib, and maybe there's exaggerations.
He did try to shoot the Queen once.
He did. Mm-hmm. Norberg saved the day.
Yeah, he
did.
It
wasn't Norberg. It was Frank Drebin and Enrico Palazzo.
Too soon.
But I would say, if we just take this as fact, 20 years ago, the A's were in a run of 4 years in a row making the playoffs, 4 or 5, 100-win team. I mean, they were a good team. And so it sounds different now based on this year. They're going to be a 100-loss team. they're not going to be fans of the games for another year.
No faith.
You got them winning more than 100 or losing less than 100?
No.
Okay. It's totally different now. So I'm not saying the ownership was good then, but the team was.
Right.
And I don't know. I don't know that they needed to be blocked. I don't know. In hindsight, sure, I wish they would have been sold, but I don't know. The A's are a mess.
And now we have a situation where you've got Joe Lacob of the Warriors openly saying, I have
now
a
that
standing
makes
on.
more sense.
Right. And we need to know the context, because if Joe Lacob's offering, $8 billion under whatever, I suspect that's not the case. But if Joe Lacob's offering fair market value for the A's,
Do it.
the right thing for baseball to do, regardless of what happens at Howard Terminal, is to say, we're not letting you move.
Yeah.
So, hey, John Fisher, you either stay here and make it work yourself or you sell the team, but we have somebody willing to buy. Imagine David Stern doing that or not doing that for the Sacramento Kings. The A's deserve the same treatment.
Exactly.
It's just corrupt and stupid, and another reason why I hate baseball.
I'll just say this. If Reggie Jackson's story is true, especially when you consider Bill Gates, Steve Ballmer on that ownership group, they already they haven't been playing in the Oakland Coliseum for probably 10 years.
That's 100% correct. You're talking about a combined net worth at one point, I think, of $150 billion.
They would have privately funded some stadium somewhere a long time ago.
And that's just corrupt. It's just corrupt, and it's gross. Number 3.
Question 3.
You know what's not corrupt are those brackets. The Sweet 16 starts tonight. Gentlemen, how your brackets doing?
Well,
better than most.
Better
but
than
not great.
most. Better than most.
Your UCLAs are still in it, Jason.
Yeah, and if that's your champ, you're okay. But I'm really nervous about tonight.
I will say this.
I'm going to lose to you, aren't I, Drew Timmy?
First game aside,
I'm looking at you funny.
UCLA wasn't that impressive in their last game. They made me a little nervous.
Well,
wow,
doesn't
shots.
matter.
Well, no,
It's irrelevant.
I agree with you. Hey, fellow UCLA,
I'm not buying it.
we're combined here on our interests. Well, I'm currently in 29th. Jason, I believe you're better.
I am in 7th.
7th. So
out of 227.
And what you look at,
by the way, in that same 227, last time I looked, I was 205th.
Well,
gonna be a rough climb back to the
But
top.
have you looked since they haven't played any more games?
No.
Okay.
I deleted the app off of my phone after the second round.
I think what's fun is to actually look at, sometimes just look at the bottom, see if there's anyone. I won't say we got a mutual friend with the local basketball team that's having a rough go at the bottom of this.
How'd you get De'Aaron Fox in the poll?
I see. Multiples.
Let's see. Anyone we know from? Oh gosh, my wife was in second to last. Oops.
Well, I beat Melissa Carmichael. I guess that's my.
There you go.
No, she's not.
She's two. Oh no, you're. She's got 2. She's 217th out of 226.
Yeah.
Our guy Emil. Oh, look at you, Jay Morris. Well, Kansas not going to work out for you.
I don't think so.
Jay, you're a respectable 193rd.
All right.
Moving up. So what you do is you look at who's ahead of you that chose UCLA, and what's interesting is, so I can get 146 max. Jason, you can get 153. You're tied with another guy who took UCLA that can 153. And look at this, all the Rosses. I'm behind 3 Rosses. So
they're all picking UCLA, right?
Yeah.
Do you love it?
I
love it.
I think I'm effectively out of it.
You're losing to 3 Rosses.
I think I can get 5 of the Elite 8, which is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can win the whole thing.
We could.
If UCLA wins, you win the whole thing pretty much.
At the moment, I have the highest with UCLA, right? Yeah, there's another one tied with me, so we'll see.
I will say this as we take a break, and I mean this. I really, truly do. When it all comes down to it, and I'm extremely competitive, honest to God, I would rather you win it than me. You've done this for so long. I'm serious.
I feel like this
you feel like I'm reverse jinxing, right?
I don't know. I feel like
won
something's happening.
100% reverse
I've
jinxing.
already won it.
Oh, I already won it. I don't want any more money.
I'm that
I'm
good.
rich.
Jason's run this thing for 50 years.
Yes, more than that.
He's never won it. Don't you want him to win?
I want him to win, sure, at this point. Because I have no chance.
I don't either. I don't.
You're full of.
No, I'm dead serious. There's 5 guys ahead of me. There are five money spots, right? There's 5 guys ahead of me that all took UCLA.
Then why are you saying if I don't win, I want you to win? Why do you even mention yourself? Why can't you just say, Jason, I want you to win?
I want me to win the most, but I want him to win the second.
Thank you.
That's what I said.
It can end as fast as
God, jeez.
I really want you to win.
Here I am trying to be a good guy. Like, hey, you know what, dude? I want you to win. You
That's not being a good
and there's
guy.
You like, you know what? That's the JJ Watt thing in you. You're so
that sounds
you're so
gross.
jaded and cynical.
What if the final came down to
No,
me
you're
versus
just a
you?
liar.
You versus me?
Yeah. You'd root for you.
I would.
I'll root for you, Jason.
I would with a heavy heart.
I want
heavy?
you to win.
This heart is heavy.
This is the end of his Disney script.
Yes.
The good guy.
Yes.
Steps aside.
What's that meme when Ric Flair gets kicked by the other wrestler? He's like, I'm sorry. And then he kicks him and pins. That's how
Shawn
it would
Michaels,
be.
okay.
Shawn Michaels thing.
You submit an email to the pool and say, you know what, I'm bowing out.
I'm bowing out. I'm
tournament.
forfeiting.
Yeah.
Take a break.
Never root for another man to win when you're still in it.
Why?
I see there's probably still some formula that you can win the whole
I
thing.
don't think so. Sorry for being selfless. When we come back, Keegan Murray is starting to show more aggression.
He's being selfish.
Keegan Murray.
Keegan mad.
We're isolating that.
Catch every Niners game right here.
It's a new partnership. It's a new day. We're going to be able to build some things together. But let's not fool anybody. This has always been a Niners town.
Here's Purdy out of the gun looking for McCaffrey on the goal line. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sacktown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
If you are like the thousands of people that take advantage of March for replacing your heating and cooling system, then this message is for you. Hi, I'm Mario, owner of Attic Man Heating and Air, and March is the most popular month for replacing old, inefficient heating and cooling systems because of milder temperatures and end-of-winter rebates. If you've even contemplating replacing your old AC system, act now. Take advantage up to 5 years of interest-free financing and 10-year warranties. I know, it sounds way too good to be true, but it is true. 10 years of worry-free operation, but you have to book online today at atticmanhvac.com. Attic Man Heating and Air.
At Elk Grove Honda, we'd like to help you purchase your next new Honda. Right now at Elk Grove Honda, new Hondas are arriving on a regular basis, including the newly designed CR-V, new design Accords, exciting Civics, and much more. And Elk Grove Honda's pre-owned inventory offers choices there as well. So give Elk Grove Honda a chance to show you the new or pre-owned Honda you're looking for. We are Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or visit us at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at sacktownsports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning, Bill Eats RV, and Naughtywood Barbecue.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Sacktown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sacktown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Memphis Grizzlies got a big return last night as Ja Morant played in his first game since an 8-game suspension.
3 on the shot clock for Morant at the rim. He hangs, scoops, scores, and he'll get one more. Great hustle by the Grizz as Ja Morant with a highlight reel move at the rim gets fouled. He'll get an and one.
The Grizzlies held off the Rockets 130-125 and continued a hold on the number 2 spot in the Western Conference. The Kings got some help in the Pacific Division as the Lakers took out the Suns. Sacramento's hold on the number 1 spot in the Pacific grew stronger as Phoenix is now 5 games back. The Clippers are 5.5 games back, and the Warriors find themselves 6 games back of Sacramento. You can read more about the playoff push and all the chaos around it right now at SacktownSports.com. Coming up on today's show, the Athletic Sam Ament joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
We have a developing story in the studio.
We have breaking news. Yeah, we do. Breaking.
When it breaks,
We have it first.
it's Sacktown Sports breaking news.
Jay, remember that kind, warm-hearted gesture that Dave really was rooting for me in my best interest to win this pool?
Uh-huh.
We did a little deep dive during the break, and Dave clearly can win this.
That's
And
what I was saying.
Suddenly, he's like really not supporting me at all, or my son,
Okay,
or
can
any Ross at all.
Okay.
He hates the Rosses.
He does.
Can I say that when he says Dave could clearly win this, it's also kind of like it's not as
Dave's
bad.
the favorite.
That is so not. No, it's like the Suns can clearly be the 3 seed. Like there's a path.
There is. But Vegas is betting on you.
I don't know. You know what? Hey, but doesn't that kind of drive?
But I'm just cynical, right?
Doesn't that kind of drive my point? Because you know what? Still rooting for you.
Again, and
Still
I'm
rooting
the
for
cynical
Jason.
one.
But not Jackson.
No.
Damn that
No.
kid.
Screw you, Jackson. You're going down. But you, yes, 100%. Okay, maybe I'm not. I don't know. I'm
Just say I'm rooting for myself like everybody
No,
else. in the pool.
I've been
Today will make it interesting.
It will.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for tonight. I've been in the winner's circle before, Jay. I've experienced that. I've already been there. I got the ring. Okay.
Wow.
But does anybody have 2 titles?
Nope. Hey, nobody does, right?
No.
All right, screw you guys. Keegan Murray is getting aggressive.
Keegan mad. Wait, can I hear that again? Keegan mad. Was that really? Did that really happen? Keegan mad.
That's really
Was
good.
that a live? Do we get live footage?
Keegan mad. Why is that fun? It's not that fun. I don't
It's
think
hilarious.
Is it that funny?
Keegan mad.
Because just picture that as Keegan Murray saying it. Picture Keegan. No, I want everybody right now.
I can't.
Picture Keegan Murray. He just dunked for an and one.
Yeah.
Crowd's going crazy, and he looks up.
Keegan mad.
I love it. I mean, seriously, like over the next 5 years, it'd be a great idea, a great bet. Over the next 4 years, who gets more technicals, Harrison Barnes or Keegan Murray?
Harrison Barnes.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
And this is a guy that just got his first, I think, the first technical since his rookie year. Yeah, I can't imagine.
Dylan Brooks will have more technicals in the first game next year than Keegan will have over the next 5 seasons.
Was it last game or the game before? Didn't at one point, like, didn't we see Keegan Murray like throw up his hands or something? Yeah.
Did you hear what he said?
Keegan mad. There was actually a moment in the last game where there was a foul that was called on him that I don't think it was a good call. People were mad, but he dribbled kind of past the ref and then kind of jumped up and then he didn't slam the ball, but then ended up dribbling it through his legs. And then actually handed the ball back to the ref.
Right.
And I thought, could that be a scenario where maybe just the ref interprets
it
a
wrong.
gesture that he ran the other way and just teed him up? I don't know how he would ever get one.
Okay, also, let's say that scenario plays out. Keegan goes and apologizes right away, right?
I really would like you to.
No, he gets angry.
Yeah. You know what? I'm furious with you. I want to punch you.
Mad. The sucky thing, too, is that because Keegan is the way he is and refs are going to understand that, he will have nowhere near the rope a guy like Draymond Green or Dylan Brooks.
Oh, for sure.
At all. Like, because they're so not used to it, that'll
Right.
seem more demonstrative.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, he has been going after a shot in a good way. Last 3 games, just under 19 points on 47% from the field on 15 attempts, little over 41% from behind the arc on a little over 11 attempts.
Yeah, he's been shooting a lot of threes. He's such a good shooter. I'm really anxious for year 2, Dave, and 3 and so forth when his game becomes a little bit more well-rounded. He had to play last game. Great take right down the middle lane in a transition, and you go, dunk that.
Right.
And he did a nice scooping athletic layup that he missed, and you just go, man, you can dunk in traffic. You can dunk on people.
Hey, don't give me the flippity floop.
Yeah.
Throw it down, big man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keegan Murray, with everything else going on this year, it's actually been kind of one of my favorite psychological stories because we've talked about this before. Normally, Keegan Murray would be the savior of the franchise. They'd be building entire ad campaigns around him. Everybody would be deferring to Keegan Murray. And I don't know how that would handle. Now,
on a 26-win team.
Right. Now you got a guy who's a rookie who is at best the 4th, probably the 5th option on the team. And I think he's on pace to break the all-time rookie record for threes made.
Yes.
Not Steph,
right.
Not this guy, not that. Donovan Mitchell. Nope, it'll be Keegan Murray.
Yeah, and even in a year that the team's done so much winning that I don't know, I don't have the number in front of me, but I bet he hasn't finished in the close games maybe 50% of the time. Like, Monk's in there, or Terrence Davis, or Kessler Edwards now, or Davion, someone else maybe is on the floor to finish the game instead of him. Now, sometimes he is.
Sure.
But he's getting to that point where at some point it'll be like, oh, you just can't take him off the floor.
No. Guy who's averaging 12 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a starter, but he's the 6th leading scorer on the team. He's actually 2 points a game behind Malik Monk.
Yeah. Yet
you see these glimpses of what he can do. I think it's like He hits threes sometimes from these weird angles where like he's like flying to the right and somehow is able to hit the 3. And it's so exciting to watch. But kind of like you, every time he does something awesome that's not a 3-pointer, I get really excited because what happens like next year when that gets added to the arsenal and you have Fox. I don't think it's out of the ordinary I don't think it's out of the question to think that the Sacramento Kings might have 3 All-Stars on their team right now.
Isn't that amazing? And you hope he does something like, Tyrese Halliburton, when he was here year 1, we all go, man, his instincts, he gets it. He gets out of play. He took a quicker jump than I thought he would. Year 2, he was a different player.
Sure.
And you hope Keegan does something like that, or even close to that. Then you've already got a good player.
Yes.
But just, I know there's more to him. That's what's exciting. He can do more.
You absolutely do. And I think especially on the defensive end, I think right now he's one of the better instinctual defenders on the team. You see how active he is in passing lanes. And it's funny that you mentioned Tyrese Halliburton because it does remind me of Tyrese Halliburton in the sense that it seems like both Keegan and Tyrese had this inherent nose for the ball that it's incredibly difficult to, at least for me, to put it into words, but they just have this instinct to know where to be at the right time.
Yeah.
They're not infallible,
right,
but they know where to be at the right time. Incidentally, Tyrese Halliburton, I just want to take a look here. Tyrese Halliburton, his rookie year, he averaged 13 points a game. I mean, it was right there in line with similar efficiencies as well. As we've said before, Monty has a type. He has a type.
It's worked well for him.
And it's worked extremely well for him. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Kings, as it is right now, are currently slated to take on that team in the Bay Area. Will it change, and how would you handle that? We'll get to it next.
It's Chris and Company with Chris Watkins.
The training staff of the Sacramento Kings nicknamed Sabonis Wolverine for his imperviousness to pain. I like Wolverine. Wolverine makes sense. Like, he's tenacious. He gets hit in the face every single game. He's got scratches, bruises all over him, got a dislocated hand, and he just heals. Just fine.
Chris and Company with Chris Watkins. Weekdays from 10 to 11.
On Sacktown Sports.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Truck Month?
This month, you can save up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Plus, we have over 600 new Ram trucks available, which means we have the truck you want at the price that will work for you. That's what makes us California's #1 Ram truck dealer and #3 in the nation.
Oh, with all the options in Sacramento, how does Hoblet manage to be the #1 Ram truck dealer over and over again?
Well, our true pricing policy is a big part of it. The price you see is the price you pay. No bait and switch or surprise add-ons like other places. Plus, we know times are getting harder, which is why we don't mark up our trucks like everyone else.
Hey, if you're tired of being taken advantage of or just being the next sucker, come experience the difference at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
10,000 total net savings after 4,000 factory rebates and 6,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include $1,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualifying $1,000 case, C&H, or New Holland equipment cash. Must have purchased qualifying equipment after December 1st, 2020 to qualify. 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs.
I never thought about space in my cramped apartment, but in this house, all I see is empty space. The sofa and ottoman look like tiny islands in a sea of hardwood floors. I could get 2 ottomans in the living room, but then I'd need another sofa. I could tell people I'm into minimalism.
Anyway, when you save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto, that's the easy part of adjusting to the suburbs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers.
Oh, I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
The clock is ticking. Get off the bench and head down to Fasteners Tool Outlet, where you'll find the lowest prices on Milwaukee power tools and so much more. Why pay more at a big box store? Get a triple-double at Fasteners Tool Outlet with weekly and monthly offers, including up to 50% off select hand tools, batteries, power tools, and fasteners. Whether you're looking for a Festool sander, a Saws top table saw, or a Milwaukee impact driver, Fasteners Tool Outlet has the tools you need to do the job. Make a slam dunk with Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Red Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports.
As it stands right now, Kings Warriors round 1 of the playoffs. That's how it would be right this second. Now, obviously, that could change. We talked earlier about how it very well could change, and they could pass the Clippers. It could be Kings Clippers. There's a number of combinations there. And we still have to worry about clinching, but Jason's carrying the bag around that he says it's in.
Yeah.
It's in the bag.
In the bag.
Want to remind you, Sam Amick coming up at 8 o'clock. Want to remind you as well, whether they clinch before or not, we'll be live in Portland. Thank you to Jiffy Lube for next Thursday and Friday shows. We'll be there for Wednesday and Friday's games. Why? Because we're going to get all the sound and video we can, and that's going to start the process of leading all the way up and through the playoffs. Is we're just going to get you all the coverage possible for the first playoff run, we hope, and deep run as well for the Sacramento Kings in 16 years. Now, our mutual friend Scotty the Body Marsh, he was downstairs, and we were having a fun conversation during the break. If I told you, give me your top 2 teams in order, If I told you we were going to win the first round series, who would you get the most pleasure out of winning? Out of beating? Top two teams.
If there was a win for sure?
Win for sure. I told
Lakers.
You the Lakers, number one. Who would be number two?
Maybe the Warriors.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I told you we were going to lose, no matter what, we were going to lose in the first round, who would you least want to beat us in the first round?
Least?
The
same.
Okay. Exact. That is exactly what I would say. Pretty much every Kings fan would say. There is no doubt to me that a Kings-Warriors first-round series, weirdly enough, take away the history, which I know is, I would argue that it would actually be a crazier series than Kings-Lakers. Now,
as far as fan
interaction,
fervor, yeah.
the fact that the Warriors are the reigning champions, literally, you couldn't have two polar opposite teams in the playoffs. You have the reigning champions, a reigning dynasty. Playoffs are there. They're there every single year, year on, could win a championship every year. They've won 4. The Kings haven't been to the playoffs in 16 years. So you're literally talking about you couldn't have more polar opposites.
Yeah.
Plus they're in Northern California. Plus the Warriors are easy to hate, at least for us. And on top of that, you got the Draymond Green thing, Klay Thompson laying out 37 and a quarter. You have all of that.
Mike Brown, Coach Kerr,
that whole history there. And then you have the fan aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Make no mistake about it. There will be a ton of Warrior fans at Golden One Center if that happens. Just prep for it. You're going to see the jerseys, the chant.
I think you'll have Kings fans there too.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I 100%. I will say this. I think there will be more Warriors at Golden One Center, more Warrior fans at Golden One Center than there will be Kings fans in San Francisco. And I think a lot of that's just
there's a bigger wagon for them right now.
A much bigger wagon, and you got a ton of money. Not that you have any money here, but you have a ton of money down there. But here's the thing. So I would love to say, I would argue that the Warriors could actually be more fun and meaningful to send home than the Lakers. I don't really have a connection to other than LA and Lakers. Right. There's no connection. I don't have any connection to Jeannie Buss, LeBron, AD. I don't have any rivalry. The entire rivalry is the franchise. It has nothing to do with the players. Golden State, that's fans, that's the rivalry, that's players. But Jason also might be, the nightmare scenario is Warrior fans. We've talked about this at Golden One Center, Game 7. They're up 11 times running out. They're chanting "Light the Beam." They're talking their mess. Like that would be a horrible feeling, as it would be for the Lakers fans too. But they're not organized or smart enough, unfortunately, to do something like that. It's like less of a worry.
I don't like that scenario. You just put that out there, and I don't like thinking about that.
It's like a real thing, though. Like,
absolutely.
The stakes are so high at this point. Yeah. Like, whereas, if you're playing Dallas or the Clippers, okay.
Yeah. Well, it's really difficult to not think about the Warriors' past success.
Yeah.
And think about how would the Kings beat them. If you think about this year's team, the Warriors, I know they won their last 2 road games, but they haven't been good on the road.
Right.
What's the whole situation here with Andrew Wiggins? I mean, there's been rumors and stories, and I don't even know. I don't even want to speculate, but they've missed him, and he's not back yet. And just like, what is the playoff version of the Warriors going to be? A lot of people immediately go to see the champions, which they've been.
Yeah.
But are they going to be that kind of team or not?
I want to be respectful because I've had a number of people communicate what the Wiggins situation is offline. We hear things.
Right.
And I think we both adhere to the same rule that athletes are humans, and when he decides to tell people, he'll tell people.
It's his story to tell.
I think it's completely fair to say the following 2 things. Number one, the gross rumor that was out there, that's not it. I have no problem saying that, and that's gross to him, and that's gross to his poor family. Number one, and number 2, there's absolutely no guarantee he's coming back there's no timeline, and I think eventually when it gets talked about, people understand that. I just wish everybody would love to see, whether you're a Warrior fan or not, you want to see Wiggins come back. But like, dude, they're humans. Relax. Right. Bigger than basketball, that whole thing. As far as Dallas goes, it's just such a fascinating story. Like, Luka came back last night. Oh, by the way, with all the refereeing stuff that you had earlier we played sound from Monty Williams, the head coach of the Phoenix Suns, saying the disparity in free throws with the Lakers was crazy, which it kind of was. You had D'Angelo Russell of the Lakers being picked up on mic saying Scott Foster's reffing y'all. So you had that. Then you had that weird play in the Dallas game, Dallas and Phoenix, Dallas and who is Dallas playing?
Warriors.
It was the Warriors, excuse me, where the call was allegedly switched. Mark Cuban got involved. What we haven't even talked about, I don't know if you saw the clip or not, was Luka Doncic making the money sign at a referee after a call went.
Oh, I did not see that.
Oh, it's out there. Yeah, I'll see if I can bring it up. Luka's walking back after a bad call, and Luka's always, to me, I think there's an argument that it's going to be very interesting to see what Adam Silver does. Because to me, that's probably the most egregious thing out of all four of those incidents.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally, by the way, I'm not saying he's wrong,
right?
But you're literally insinuating that the referees are getting paid off and you're a player and you're in the middle of the game. That's a problem. That being said, when you look at where Dallas is right now, first off, they're under 500 at 36-37. Secondly, they're a half game in the play-in. They're also a half game out of the play out.
Right.
The Jazz and the Pelicans are both a half game behind the Mavs and Lakers.
I was looking at their schedule today, and here's what their next three are. Like, they have to get this right quickly because, the game below 500, as you mentioned. Their next three, they've got a really weird schedule based on what's left, how many teams they play in the East.
Yeah.
Charlotte, and at Indiana. So they've back-to-back with Charlotte.
That's weird.
And at Indiana. Those are three teams that have really struggled. Pacers have just folded here.
Yeah.
I mean, Dallas really needs to win all three.
Yes, they do.
Because after that, then it's at Philly, at Miami, at Atlanta, the Kings, Chicago, and San Antonio. So there's some well below 500 teams. There's some whoppers in there too, but they need to get it right here quickly to kind of get back in the mix.
Yeah, Dallas at Philly. You're going Dallas at Philadelphia, then at Miami. At Miami and at Atlanta are back-to-backs. That's the last back-to-back Dallas will play this year, but you're 100% correct. That is one of your rougher schedules.
Yeah, like if they lose one of those two or one of those three from the two Charlotte games in Indiana, then you're going, okay, maybe they are broken and can't fix this.
Tomorrow, the Lakers play Oklahoma City.
Yep.
Then this is weird. They play Chicago at home on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Then they play Wednesday.
Yeah.
In Chicago, Friday at Minnesota, Sunday at Houston. Then you got a back-to-back Tuesday, Wednesday at Utah, at Clippers, and then they come home Friday for Phoenix and Utah to finish out the year on Sunday. That's a kind of meek little start with the two Chicago games, but you still have, if you're the Lakers, out of the 9 games left, you have Oklahoma City currently in the playoffs. You have Minnesota currently in the play-in. You have Utah half a game out. You have the Clippers in, Phoenix in, and then Utah again. 6 of your 9.
Well, and they've leapfrogged with Utah the past 2 days. So, like, the two matchups with Utah are probably it. I mean, that's critical for the Lakers.
And I think, if I'm Danny Ainge, and he's played this game before, I completely understand the position they'd be in. And I understand the argument for I've always understood the argument for tanking, and I've understood the argument to get a draft pick. But in this case, he's got a young team. And so what? Even if they lose out, what are they going to do? Improve their draft odds by like 3%?
Right.
Like, dude, you're this close. You have a young, very young, youngest in the NBA coach in Will Hardy. You got a bunch of young guys like Walker Kessler that are the future. Let them have this.
Yeah.
You're getting free experience.
Here's a funny thing how the way the league works. So Utah's last 3 games, they beat the Celtics at home.
Yeah.
They beat the Kings at home without Markkanen, Sexton, and Clarkson. They get Markkanen back last night at home, 40-point, 12-rebound night, and they lose by double digits to the Blazers. Just go figure.
The Blazers.
It's just a weird league.
And that's like after Milwaukee came here and beat the Kings.
Yeah.
And then they go and they go and lose at home to a Tyrese Halliburton-less Pacers team. I think part of what that tells us, though, Jason, too, and we've talked about this before, is that teams are getting up for the Kings.
Absolutely.
And it's creating trap games for them on the opposite of what we're used to.
Right.
Utah got up for the Kings. And then there's this letdown playing Portland, and they got caught.
And our guys coming back, marking, and we're going to be great. And
Yeah.
he was great, but they lost by, 15 points, 12 points.
So a lot there. We will take a break. Sam Amick's going to join us next from The Athletic. We've got MVP conversation, Clutch Player of the Year conversation, and Kings conversation overall. A lot of great content from Sam this week, especially. Never want to miss Sam. We'll get to him next on SacktownSports.com.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sacktown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader for your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Thursday. We're out the door to a soggy start. We'll see a chance for more showers blossom this afternoon, maybe an isolated thunderstorm with highs today in the lower 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Treat yourself to a new car in the new year. Shop Folsom Lake Kia for your favorite Kia model. Low interest rates, low payments, even zero down deals with approved credit. Over 20 years right here in Sacramento. That's Folsom Lake Kia.
Hey kids, Carmichael Dave here. I want to talk to you about my good friends at Amy Ace Hardware in Carmichael and El Dorado Hills. Listen, they've just been awarded platinum status by Traeger Grills, just one of over 300 dealers nationwide. I've got a Traeger. I got it from Amy. It's fantastic. Listen, platinum status. That means they offer elevated customer experiences with knowledgeable staff members that know the grills inside and out. It also means Amy Ace Hardware carries the newest selection of Traeger products. Now, they're celebrating this Saturday at both locations in Carmichael on El Camino near Watt and in the El Dorado Hills Town Center. So come see the new Timberline XL. That's the one I've got. The brand new Flat Rock Grill in action Saturday, and try some wood-fired food. See the entire line of great Traeger grills. Be ready for the barbecue season. 2 locations, Amy Ace Hardware, Carmichael on El Camino near Watt and El Dorado Town Center off Highway 50. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
If you are like the thousands of people that take advantage of March for replacing your heating and cooling system, then this message is for you. Hi, I'm Mario, owner of Attic Man Heating and Air, and March is the most popular month for replacing old, inefficient heating and cooling systems because of milder temperatures and end-of-winter rebates. If you've even contemplating replacing your old AC system, act now. Take advantage up to 5 years of interest-free financing and 10-year warranties. I know, it sounds way too good to be true, but it is true. 10 years of worry-free operation, but you have to book online today at atticmanhvac.com. Attic Man Heating and Air.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you,
Lightning and the thunder.
sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration, and the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. CordellCordell.com.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Your home for the biggest matchups in the NFL. Sacktown Sports. Sacktown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sacktown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Memphis Grizzlies got a big return last night as Ja Morant played in his first game since an 8-game suspension.
3 on the shot clock for Morant at the rim. He hangs, scoops, scores, and he'll get one more. Great hustle by the Grizz as Ja Morant with a highlight reel move at the rim gets fouled. He'll get an and one.
The Grizzlies held off the Rockets 130-125 and continued a hold on the number 2 spot in the Western Conference. The Kings got some help in the Pacific Division as the Lakers took out the Suns. Sacramento's hold on the number 1 spot in the Pacific grew stronger as Phoenix is now 5 games back. The Clippers are 5.5 games back, and the Warriors find themselves 6 games back of Sacramento. You can read more about the playoff push and all the chaos around it right now at SacktownSports.com. Coming up on today's show, the Athletic Sam Ament joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right, Sam Amick will join us momentarily. We'll talk a little Kings, but also Sam piqued my interest, along with many of you, asking for help from the audience when it comes to his MVP vote.
Okay.
And I love the fact that he also included in his comments, he said, whether you think Jokic is the guy, or Giannis is the guy, or Tatum is the guy, or even Sabonis. He name dropped Sabonis, and I appreciate that. Do you, do you believe, if I were to say it is a 3-person race, because, and I'm saying the Sam put 3 got the top 3 in here. He didn't include Sabonis or Tatum when he started doing his breakdowns. Not that Tatum doesn't deserve consideration, certainly, just like Sabonis does. And I'd, of course, put Tatum probably slightly ahead of Sabonis, but is it a 3-person race in your mind?
I feel like it is.
I feel like it is, too.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a 3-person race last year as well. And I want to say, wasn't it a 3-person race the year? Wasn't it the 3 of them all 3 years?
The last couple of years. Could be.
Yeah.
I felt like LeBron was in one of those, wasn't he?
Was he? Would have probably, was it?
Not last year, maybe the year. I don't know which year. They all blend together.
It really is. And it really is kind of a, for Embiid and Giannis has already won. And plus he's got the most important thing, which is the ring.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, we were talking about the other day that, I think it's Jokic, but give me a choice between all 3 players. I'll take Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
And that shouldn't discount what Joel Embiid is doing, which is just stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid what Joel Embiid is doing. But are you taking Embiid over? Forget injuries. They both play 82 a year. Are you taking Embiid over Giannis?
No.
I don't know that anybody is.
I think I'd take Giannis number 1 of every player in the league.
Except for Sabonis, I agree. I think Giannis is just such a. I mean, really, people throw the term unicorn around. Like, he's a unicorn.
Yeah, 2-way player, does everything. His teams are better for him. They're all great. You got a lot of good players in the NBA right now, which is awesome.
Coming up at 8:13 in our next segment, unless Sam gives us something that we're going to argue about, we'll talk about the referee issue, or is there a referee issue going on right now?
Seemingly.
And what the NBA could possibly do about it. We'll tell you about a referee that was, this is a rarity, but was publicly, at least, at league demoted from some of his assignments. This is largely based on the comments from Fred VanVleet last week. But right now, from The Athletic, the lovely and talented, and good that we appreciate him giving us some time in between all his other podcast appearances. The one, the only. Good morning, Sam.
Oh, good Lord. Good morning, passive aggressive Dave.
That's I know, right? I'm such. I can't say the word on the air, but I am that. How are you, buddy? We appreciate you showing up.
I'm fine. You remind me of. I hate when players do that. The other night, and not to get into someone else's business, but
no, do it.
Jaylen Brown was upset at a story that was written in the Ringer from my guy Logan Murdoch.
Yeah,
and it was like, and this is just my voice, so in case this becomes a thing, I'm not speaking for Logan by any means. But I was like, man, like you talk to the guy for the story, you have ways to communicate with him directly, and then you choose the press conference to say a few things. I mean, Dave, you got my number. You can call.
Yeah. Shoot you a text. It's no fun. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to make it up to you since we started out on such a controversial start here. You, in your latest, because I do read you religiously, you asked for help when it comes to the MVP vote. And I'm here to not only help you, but to end the conversation, if you will. I'm actually going to make this really easy for you, and we'll do a quick lightning round. I want to establish first and foremost, in your mind, Sam, as a voter, does it matter how many times a player has won the MVP before, if at all? Does that factor in?
Yes.
It does?
I mean, I'm trying to be honest. Like,
okay, well.
Did he just shut you down in one answer?
Kind of did. I didn't expect that at all. So you think the fact that, just being transparent here, Jokic having won it 2 in a row, part of the equation, big or small for you, is does he deserve it a third time in a row?
It's like if you feel like everybody is neck and neck, you are just desperate for separators, and that should be far down the list. But I mean, I kind of lived it with Giannis being back-to-back MVP, and I don't know. I'm just trying. We actually just wrote a whole thing on our site, like a discussion about pulling the curtain back and admit, I wrote some of these things, like with Giannis. If you guys remember, he not only lost to Miami in the bubble, but like he wouldn't even guard Jimmy Butler, and then he couldn't get through the wall, and the optics of the playoffs, So you kind of get this mentality of like, man, like you gave this, guys back-to-back MVP, and you're going to be 3-time MVP. Well, you saw like that didn't happen. It wasn't a 3-time MVP. So it's a similar situation now with Jokic, where last year in the playoffs, I understand nobody thought they'd beat the Warriors, but he's just not hit what he does. His superpowers have not translated to collective success to the degree in the playoffs that I think a lot of people think they should.
But it's a regular season award, right?
Yeah, I hear you, but it's like it's also history, and it's also it's 3 guys in the history of the game who have been back-to-back MVPs. So I'm just being honest with you and sharing like that particular distinction. It's probably more of a hang up for me on a back-to-back than any other, it just gets incremental where you kind of go, man, are we putting them in that class? So it's obviously not the answer you thought you were going to get.
That's fine. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. Like when you asked for some, input on what others had to say, if someone's defending their pick, then maybe they're taking down the other 2 or the other 3 candidates. But I don't know, Sam, I guess kind of what did you learn when you did a little bit of crowdsourcing, let's say?
Are you talking about the fan piece?
Yeah.
Jay?
Yeah.
I think it was a mixed bag. It didn't get me much closer to clarity. I mean, the truth is that like, I don't know how to break it down. Like it's, these 3 guys are incredible. I thought the Giannis pick started feeling pretty good, but then if you really dive into some of Giannis's stuff, it's an incredible Giannis year, but he's probably not the guy I don't think right now. And Embiid is, and a lot of the commenters and fans highlighted this in the story, is that, we got it. Recency bias is real, and what happens now shouldn't necessarily dictate, but I also like meeting a moment also does matter. So Joel Embiid and his team surging and really being statistically the best team in the NBA since they started 12-12, and continuing to surge, and him continuing to play and stay healthy. Like he does have a lot of momentum. Now, full disclosure, as far as basketball preferences, I respect the hell out of his game. It's always tugged at me a little bit in the comparison to Jokic, that like Jokic is, 2x the playmaker that Embiid is, if not more. And he's just a different kind of player. Embiid is a Shaq-like dominant center, only a better defensive player than Shaq was. And, just a different style. But he's been incredible lately. and for the whole year.
It's funny. Sam Amick of The Athletic joins us, and we'll move on here in a second. But the Nuggets are the 1 seed in the West, but I struggle with that because they're the 1 seed in what appears to be a weaker conference, and the Sixers actually have a half game better record than the Nuggets currently. So if you call that a wash and you look at Jokic and his efficiency, Embiid is not the playmaker, I agree, but is also a better defender than Jokic. I think that's safe to say. Here's the thing that nails it down for me, Sam, and you're the one that put up the numbers that made the point. If you're going through tiebreakers, right, I think one of the main ones should be most valuable to the team. Who is most valuable to their team? And I don't know that there's a better way to describe or illustrate value numerically than in point differential. And you wrote it out. When Giannis Antetokounmpo is off the floor, the Bucks are 0.3 of a point worse than when he's on the floor. When Embiid is off the floor, the Sixers are 0.5 of a point worse than when he's on. When Jokic is off the floor, the Nuggets are 12 points worse. He's got a 24.7 net rating versus Embiid's 9.4 and Giannis's 6.3. And to me, all things equal, that decides it. That's it.
I hear you, brother. I was trying to fact check you there. Are you sure you got all the numbers right? I don't know.
Well, I'm reading off. I mean, first off, probably not because it's. But secondly, I thought
you missed a good shot that you should have said.
I thought he was going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm reading it. I believe I'm reading off your article here.
Really wrong then.
the Bucks have a net rating of plus 6.6 when Antetokounmpo plays and minus 0.3 when he sits. Okay, so that's number one. I'm looking at your article right now on The Athletic. Go to The Athletic.
Yeah, but the swing is what matters. I mean, it's a 6 point.
Yeah. The swing is plus 6.6.3. So yeah, so plus 6.3 for Giannis. Okay.
No, but it's listen, I think let's cut to the chase.
Yes.
When it comes to on off,
mm-hmm.
It is obviously wildly in Jokic's favor.
Yeah, almost.
One of the readers to Jason asked about the fans and their insight. Somebody did highlight, and I don't have all the data in front of me. Like the Nuggets are the closest thing to a hockey team of this bunch, where they do kind of, you know, the rotations are more in lines, if you will. Like their plus minus of their starters is wild. I mean, Michael Porter Jr., Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, right up there in the top 5 in NBA plus minus leaders, along with Jokic. And so there's some of that nuance that you look at. And it's also hard because, when he's off the floor, they fall off a cliff. But, you know, it's also, you can then get into kind of a philosophical discussion about roster strength. Is it Giannis's fault that John Horst, their GM, has done a better job than the Nuggets in adding depth to their group?
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is part of it. Like, does Giannis get elevated because of the level of you know, suckedness, if you will, of his teammates? Their bench in Denver remains a problem. They tried to do stuff at the trade deadline. Thomas Bryant, Reggie Jackson, those haven't really worked. So I do care about that stat. I wouldn't have put it in the piece if I didn't. But the Jokic thing too, this is where, let's go back to your original question. What he's done before, does that matter? Within that, like, you know, if the guy's won MVP, like within that is the playoff discussion, right? Like what has happened. There is like a holistic thing for me. Again, I can't tell you what percentage of my calculus it is, but a holistic thing of like in the history league, it would be ideal if we didn't have MVP winners who were just widely considered. I'm not saying this is Jokic because I think he's incredible, but who were widely considered regular season only players. Like the MVP and the spirit of that award, it would be great if there could be some correlation to the actual grades when it comes to playoff success. And so what the Warriors did to Nuggets and Jokic last season remains something that I think is going to cost him votes, because they attacked him defensively in the kind of way that took away his superpowers. His assists were down about 3 per game against the Warriors. So he scored a bunch, but they did not successfully do what they do. They lose in 5 games. That's not the end of the world. The first 2 games, he's like a minus 25 roughly in both games. And again, that is similar to when Giannis struggled in the playoffs, and people it's just looking at it and saying, "Oh man, like I need my back-to-back MVP to jump off the page when it matters most."
That Sam Amick, God, we let the MVP talk get away from us.
Yeah,
we got to go. Any King stuff, Sam? No, we're good. They're
they winning the title.
Winning the title. Mike Brown, Coach of the Year. Just don't want anybody to get angry.
Yeah, I mean, it's back-to-back losses. They're fine. I mean, the magic number hasn't moved in a little while. But no, they're good. I mean, Boston came through and got a get-right game against the Kings, and the schedule was brutal. Boston had like one game in 5 days and all this rest, and the Kings are coming off that trip. So they're fine, but they got to get back to it on Friday.
All right, well, coming up next week, we'll go over where Sabonis should finish an MVP. We'll make it King-centric then. Mike Brown, Coach of the Year, Monty McNair, clutch player, Jerry Westy thing, all that stuff. We'll do more Kings next week.
I know we got to go.
Yeah.
Did you see the Sabonis stat that I think Kings fans would love? Win shares. So you got Jokic way out in front, more win share, and this is a stat that applies to overall success. But Sabonis tied with Embiid for number 2 in the NBA.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Top 10 MVP guy, Sabonis, right?
Oh, I actually think
top 5.
He gets some top 5 votes.
Yeah.
That's like 5. Yeah.
Okay. Like 5. Okay. Sam Amick of The Athletic. Go to theathletic.com or download the app for all the best sports coverage. Curated perfectly. It's a beautiful thing, and I've got Sam right at the top. He's my one bookmarked author that I read all his stuff, along with Matt Barrows as well, another friend of ours. Sam, we appreciate you. Thanks for your time, buddy.
You got it. Thanks, boys.
Take care. We'll take a break. We're way late for that. When we come back, we'll clean up a little bit about what we talked about with Sam. Also, does the NBA have a referee problem, or is it just a perceived referee problem? We got some sound and some discussion for you on Sacktown Sports and sacktownsports.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Right now, get $2,500 off a new HVAC whole system installation. Now is the time to replace that system. $2,500 off a new HVAC whole home system. 0% financing, payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting this off. Schedule today, 916-520-9990, and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Wake
game. And this is kind of like when the person you hate the most is fighting with the person you hate the second most type of thing. But fair is fair is fair.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell the whole story, Sam, but the Lakers were 36 of 46 from the line. The Suns 15 of 20. 46 free throws in a game is redonk. And just to kind of complete what we did earlier, this is the TNT microphones picking up D'Angelo Russell of the Lakers. Remember, the team that shot the 45 free throws. Listen for D'Angelo coming off the floor in a 102. It was 111-102 Lakers with 3:57 left in the fourth. And here's D'Angelo.
Trying to add to their 9-point lead as Mr. Davis will go to the line.
I know that's a little loud, but listen, he's saying Scott Foster's reffing, y'all. Calling out a ref, but now I don't know that he'll get fined for that because he was not directing that.
Yeah.
I don't think he will, but you had the coach on one side going, these refs this is egregious. You had a player on the other side calling out a guy in Scott Foster. And again, I really do think the NBA has an image problem, especially with a guy in Foster who, as we mentioned earlier, according to Fox and other outlets, this is a while ago, had, I think it was 137 phone calls in a 5-month period, which could mean nothing, from Tim Donaghy back in the day. That's an image problem with fans.
It's the perception is reality,
yes.
Right? You had, what was it now, maybe 2 to 3, 4 weeks ago when Fred VanVleet called out Ben Taylor. Ben Taylor reportedly maybe is lesser on some of his assignments. I mean, that's a player calling out a specific ref by name instead of the, hey, the referees did this to us tonight, or we didn't get this whistle. He went for one.
Yeah.
We have Monty Williams last night, a very well-respected coach. I think, Coach Brown's been upset a lot of times. Kings fans have been upset. Fans around the league, I don't know how you fix it because, I mean, there was a time where there was 2 referees. Now there's 3.
Right.
Hey, that's a full-time work for them. It's not like this is, hey, they just show up. They've got another job and they show up at the game. I mean, these guys do this full-time, and there's female reffing as well. I don't know that you'll ever have people happy.
I don't think you will.
That's the reality of the whole thing. I go back to the Super Bowl, like the biggest game of the year. There's a hold called.
Right.
And I look at anything, like the debate shows, like people say, well, there's a hold. Right. Others like, you can't call that then.
Right.
So what is the right thing? What would make everybody happy there? The Chiefs fans would have been upset had you not called that.
Sure.
The Eagles fans are, you cost us the Super Bowl.
Sure.
Well,
by the way, baseball has problems too.
Every sport.
Everyone knows
judgment.
who Angel Hernandez is.
Just like, hey, why did that guy miss that free throw? He didn't try to.
No.
Or why did they turn that ball over there? Why did the coach make that decision? They're going to make mistakes, but I don't know what the fix is. You got Mark Cuban last night protesting now. I mean, a high-profile owner is protesting to the league about a call. Now, it looks really weird. The whole situation was weird. I don't know that the communication was good.
Sure.
But it sure looks like they did call Warrior ball. There was gestures going each direction. One's a timeout for one team. The other's where the ball was pointed to. But that should have been cleaned up on the spot, I think.
I agree.
Obviously, the refs would know, like, hey, we're saying it's Warriors ball. We're under their basket. Dallas is going the other way.
Yeah.
Their basket's uncovered.
That's a problem.
Are you just going to give them?
And
they could have fixed that on the spot.
They could have, and that's in a 2-point game.
Yeah. So that to me is an error that could have been fixed. Whether or not you call fouls, I know Monty Williams thinking about the amount of fouls the Lakers got. The full context of the game.
You have to have context.
How quickly did they get in the bonus? Right. Were you fouling? Maybe you were. Did you try to foul late in the game to get free? I mean, I think you start to get to some of those numbers, but I think the perception, though, is that there's a referee problem.
And somebody said to me yesterday, they said, because we always have fun with the play on words, that Scott Foster is the Angel Hernandez of Jerome Bogers.
Yeah. And
whether you agree with any of that, the fact that I don't want to know any referee, umpire, right. I don't want to know their name. And everybody has that opinion. You're so right, Jason, that in every sport, and I think some of that is an inherent human condition to where you don't necessarily, some people don't want to blame themselves for things.
Right.
So they try to blame, I missed that shot in pool. The table's crooked.
Yeah.
And when you don't have control, which in this case, you don't have control over what your own team does, sometimes you will tend to blame outside influences.
Sure.
That doesn't mean there aren't egregious issues. Mark Cuban yesterday, to your point, quote, for those wondering about the play with 1:54 to go in the third, let me explain what happened. The ref called Mavs ball. The announcer announced Mavs ball. Then there was a timeout. During the timeout, the official changed the call and never told us. Then when they saw us line up as if it were our ball, he just gave the ball to the Warriors. Never said a word to us. They got an easy basket. And by easy basket, there were no Mavs on that side.
It's easy as you get.
They inbounded it and just casually laid it up, and everyone was wondering what the heck was going on. Crazy that it would matter in a 2-point game. Worst officiating non-call mistake possibly in the history of the NBA. I mean, whatever. All they had to do was tell us, and they didn't. I think adding a fourth ref would be an interesting thing to explore.
I still think they miss calls.
I agree. I think revamping the challenges a little bit where a coach keeps his challenge.
Yeah.
But I think we can both easily. There is no fix.
Right.
There's a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
But it's never not going to be an issue.
Yeah, and I think the league works on it, but it also becomes one of those things like if you know a ref's name, you brought that up earlier about Scott Foster.
Yeah.
Personally, some games this year for the Kings, I feel like Tony Brothers has had some rough nights.
Yeah.
Now you go, they're all graded. So what? I'm just going to throw out a number. What if he's graded like 90% right all the time?
Sure.
But are his 10% 100% against the Kings?
Right.
You know, that's where you like as a Kings fan, or if it's always against the Timberwolves or it's always against the Bucks, they're going to feel that way about that referee. And even if they grade out well. So I don't know how you fix it.
We'll take a break. When we come back, a lot of players, at least 3 very important players returning last night. How did that go for them? What does it mean for the remainder of the season? We still got to get to who's hot, who's not. We'll look back at the standings and magic numbers as well. All coming up right here on SacktownSports.com.
The last time the Kings had a winning season, you heard this.
Back to the hoop, lays it up, around, and in, at the horn, and Arco has gone for Scott,
Now it's the Beam Team's turn.
The Knicks have it. Here comes Barrett on the run. Stutter step in the lane. Double clutch. Chase down, blocked by Sabonis. Scott rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
The Sacramento Kings will finish the regular season with a winning record for the first time since 2006. Every Kings game on Sacktown Sports.
You can't host movie night on your phone's hotspot. It's time for real home internet on the Xfinity 10G network. The future starts now. New customers can get 200 megabit Xfinity internet for just $25 a month for 2 years during our Xfinity 10G network launch celebration, now through April 23rd. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
If the sticker price markups that new car dealers are demanding are scaring you away from a brand new vehicle, you can still get the vehicle you want and save thousands at M&S Auto on El Camino right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S Auto has literally hundreds of gently used but beautiful Silverados, Rams, and Tacomas. And if you love muscle cars, they've got Challengers and Mustangs too. M&S Auto Sales. Great cars and trucks and fair deals every day. Come and get yours. MSAutogroup.com.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs.
I never thought about space in my cramped apartment, but in this house, all I see is empty space. The sofa and ottoman look like tiny islands in a sea of hardwood floors. I could get 2 ottomans in the living room, but then I'd need another sofa. I could tell people I'm into minimalism.
Anyway, when you save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto, that's the easy part of adjusting to the suburbs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, coverage provided in service by affiliates and third-party insurers.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Founded in Northern Ireland, PRG has grown from humble beginnings to become the top brand in custom golf accessories for most of the world's top 100 golf courses. PRG offers original designs as well as Arnold Palmer, Folds of Honor, collegiate license, and Major League Baseball product designs. PRG is the official supplier of the Ryder Cup. PRG is available at major golf shops, or PRG makes it easy to purchase directly for your individual use at prg-golf.com. prg-golf.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Sacktown Sports
Headlines. With your Sacktown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Memphis Grizzlies got a big return last night as Ja Morant played in his first game since an 8-game suspension.
3 on the shot clock for Morant at the rim. He hangs, scoops, scores, and he'll get one more. Great hustle by the Grizz as Ja Morant with a highlight reel move at the rim gets fouled. He'll get an and one.
The Grizzlies held off the Rockets 130-125 and continued a hold on the number 2 spot in the Western Conference. The Kings got some help in the Pacific Division as the Lakers took out the Suns. Sacramento's hold on the number 1 spot in the Pacific grew stronger as Phoenix is now 5 games back. The Clippers are 5.5 games back, and the Warriors find themselves 6 games back of Sacramento. You can read more about the playoff push and all the chaos around it right now at SacktownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Welcome back. I want to take a moment. I know the bosses don't like, there's a thing in radio. I don't know if this applies to TV where they don't like sharing ratings with the hosts because they think that if they're good, we're going to be like, ha, we're the best. And if they're bad, oh my God, we're all getting fired. I don't know why. I personally like knowing. I like knowing how you guys think. And I got a note yesterday that I shared with Jason today that, and I can't speak for other shows on the station, but the station as a whole is doing fantastic. I imagine this is great for everybody. It's obviously there's a King's halo there. We knew that. A lot of years of kind of, asking people to tune in and listen to failure and sadness. That's a tough ask sometimes. And by the way, so many of you still did that because you're loyal and maybe a little crazy. But got some notes, and I won't use exact figures because I don't even know if I'm allowed to, but let's just say I can speak for us, and I imagine Deuce, Mo, I think it's a little early for Chris because he just started recently, but I imagine it'll be the same for him, and certainly Nick and Rami. The numbers they're just ridiculous in a great way, and I don't do it enough. I don't think I do it enough. Jason, I know you're always incredibly humble and thankful, and I think we should verbalize it more that we get to play in the sandbox with our friends here at Bonneville because of the support we get both from corporate and from our bosses, but they'd agree. It's the support from you guys, everybody listening on the radio, listening on your smartphones or smart apps, everybody in the text line, everybody in the YouTube chat. And you know what? I love going back and forth with a guy like MC. We go at it all the time, but here's the bottom line. He's there every day.
Yeah.
He's there every day. He's
faithful.
he's faithful. He's loyal. And anyone who knows me, and same with you, knows that loyalty it's everything. So thank you so much. And I think I'll speak for Jason because I'm pretty sure we share a brain here. All we can do in return is as we get on this run, if in fact we get to the playoffs, knock on wood, you're in the bag. We're going to do everything we can, whether it's going on the road, doing interviews at God knows what hour to record and bring to you, or doing them live, trying to access as many folks as possible. We know that you can't get enough Kings right now.
Yeah.
We're going to do everything we can to bring you the most coverage, the most in-depth coverage, the most comprehensive coverage throughout this entire run, both on the radio, on SacktownSports.com, our video on our social channels. Make sure to follow us on Insta, on Facebook, on Twitter, and in every other way possible we can disseminate this, because we get it. 16 years, a long time, dudes. So we're going to do everything we can to get it to you. It's the least we can do for your support.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. If I could give all of you crumble cookies right now, I would. Yeah, right.
We have first choice.
We do get first choice. A lot of returns last night. Ja Morant returned for Memphis. He came off the bench, 17-4-5, and I think 21 minutes. Most importantly for them, a Memphis win.
A Memphis win. I even like the little touch of off the bench. I mean, a lot of times there's that ego thing, whether you think it's a deal or not. I don't know why, but people like, hey, I'm a starter. I'm the franchise. I'm an all-star. I could understand how difficult it would be to bring him off the bench.
Yeah.
But one, they did. Two, he accepted it. Or if he didn't accept it, he played anyway.
Yes.
Good for them and good for him.
Boo.
Yeah, because they're separating a little bit from the Kings. A little bit.
I am here for, I don't know. I got to look at the brackets. Who Memphis right now, if the season were to end, they're playing.
Well, it's that 7 play-in, whoever. I mean, it's just such a mess. You don't know who it's going to be.
No, it could be the Wolves. It could be the Warriors. It could be the Thunder. I mean, heck, it could conceivably be the Mavs and Lakers. I am interested. You know, Memphis has done one thing that, like it or not, you can't deny it. They're going to be incredibly watchable in the playoffs, if for no other reason. From my perspective, like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but if the Memphis Grizzlies were to play the Warriors, I'm probably rooting for the Warriors. And I have no rooting interest in the Warriors. I just can't stand Memphis.
Yeah. Well, and Memphis would want that, but it's like, do you want that smoke? Because that's the team they think they are, and they haven't been yet. And there's still even a chance that the Warriors leapfrog of the Clippers. What if it's the Warriors Suns first round, where you're thinking about two teams that are probably good enough to get out of the way potentially? I mean, the Warriors are defending champs. Suns, certainly if they have Durant, you got them going against their former team. Yeah. Anyway, there's still a lot of movement that's going to happen.
Would you agree or disagree that in the Western Conference, and for me, there's no question, the three weeniest teams in the Western Conference are the Warriors, the Suns, and the Grizzlies? Like, I want to see at least two of them play each other. Like, and by weeniest, I mean just they're very hateable, whether it's Draymond Green and all the Warrior crap, whether it's Devin Booker's dumb face and Chris Paul and all the Suns stuff, whether it's Dylan Brooks and the whole Memphis thing. Like, I don't hate the Nuggets. In fact, I like Jokic and I like Michael Malone. Like, no, the Nuggets never hurt anyone. They're just nuggety. They just hang out in Denver and ski in Denver.
The weeniest is what you're going with.
Just weeniest. Even the Clippers. Like, I can't hate Kawhi. And the Clippers are like, they're kind of Kingsy in the sense that they've never made a Western Conference final. Like, they're lovable losers.
Yeah.
I don't like them because they're LA, but I don't hate them.
Well, and sometimes you don't know your own. Would people outside of here say that about the Kings?
Like, they're hateable?
I don't think so, but I mean, I'm too close to it.
I know we're super biased, but honestly, like, I'm asking this.
I've had plenty of people reach out to me that say they love watching this team. So as compared to, like, and I don't know who would reach out and go, I hate your team, because I haven't had anybody do that. But
I would honestly, if I know people are listening that aren't Kings fans. And I know people can text us at 800-916-339-1140 or call us at 800-912-1140. I'd love to hear from you. Give us, I mean, legit, I'm not looking for a fight. Like, give me reasons to dislike the Kings.
Yeah, I think they're in that group of teams. Like, I don't care about the Detroit Lions. At the end of the year, I'm like, how great would it be if the Lions made a play? Seattle Mariners last year broke the streak. I don't have a preference for them.
Like the Kings.
But I'm like, the Mariners, how great would it be if they... Right. If they played the Yankees, I wanted the Yankees, but that's a team I like.
Yeah.
As far as that, I'm like, I'll root for Seattle. I'll root for the Lions. I think the Kings are in that company right now.
I think so. I think that's a really good analogy. I think you're absolutely right. Now,
that may last for 1 year.
Right. Next year, they're not the lovable losers anymore.
Like, that Sabonis guy, all he does is fall down and flop. I mean, Vlade got that all day. He was likable. Like, all he does is flop.
Right. Not that long ago, Memphis was lovable.
Mm-hmm.
Not that long ago, Phoenix going 7-0 in the bubble. Like, what a great story. Oh my God, Phoenix. And then, they get a little puffy chested. Mm-hmm. And remember, it's just The one I struggle with, Jason, is I honestly, and again, I go back to the regional rivalry and all that. Like, I have to hate the Lakers, and I do.
Mm-hmm.
But when in the fan base, I hate more than any others. Even the Warrior fan base, I hate the Laker fan base the most. And by the way, it's sports. Hey, relax.
Right.
But I don't. I would put them fourth in the weenie column, behind the Warriors, the Grizzlies, and the Suns this year. Like, I don't like the Lakers, but I don't hate LeBron. I don't hate AD. I don't. Pat Bev's not on that team anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's? I mean, Austin Reeves getting coverage like he's the second coming of Michael Jordan is hilarious to me. But my hatred for the Lakers is historical, it's regional, and it's franchisable. It's not, oh, these guys really anger me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just, you know what? Screw the Pelicans, dude. We'll take a break. We'll take a break when we come back. A couple more returns last night we didn't get to. Also, who's hot, who's not, and we look ahead tonight, not just in the NBA, but also the Sweet 16 coming up tonight. Big night for sports. We're right back on SacktownSports.com.
It's Deuce and Mo.
You want to turn up a little? I mean, it's cute. It's cute. It's cute. This does not match Philadelphia, though.
No,
Those guys, definitely. Like, they're happy. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're happy. Our team won.
Let's go climb some poles and drop fire grenades.
And spit on anyone that doesn't make a free throw.
Especially Santa. Yeah. That's okay.
Deuce and Mo. Weekdays from 11 to 2 on Sacktown Sports.
Get ready to spring into grilling. Bring out your inner chef when you're grilling on one of the amazing Napoleon Prestige lines of outdoor gas grills. The Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grills quickly turn you into the pro. You'll never cook indoors again. Napoleon grills are built to last and come with a lifetime bumper-to-bumper warranty. Truly the best in market for the outdoor cooking experience. Find your nearest retailer by visiting Napoleon.com.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Your one-stop Honda shop.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So what do you provide? Cookie cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Folks, there's a fast break with the game on the line. He dribbles down the court, passes ahead for the alley-oop, and it's caught for a slam dunk.
Do you need an assist? Regain and optimize your performance. See what Pacific Men's Clinic can do to make your love life the best it can be. Pacific Men's Clinic's safe and pain-free, clinically proven procedure breaks up plaque and stimulates the growth of healthy new blood vessels. Call for your free consultation now at 916-545-7577. That's 916-545-7577.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It ignites something inside of you. Lightning and the thunder. Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Kenny and Jerry here from Bell Brothers. If you're thinking about replacing your heating and cooling system, we have a serious question for you. Do you really even know what you need?
There are so many companies out there offering different systems at all kinds of prices. How can you really know if what you're being sold is what you actually need? Or if the price is right?
We believe an educated customer is the best kind of customer. So give us a call and we'll help you understand all the options that make sense for your home.
And if you already have a quote from another company, call us for a second opinion, just to make sure you're getting what you need at the right price.
Quotes and second opinions are always free. So give Bell Brothers a call at 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is doing the hot?
Who's hot?
The cat. Carl Anthony Towns.
Lukewarm.
No, he was hot.
One game.
Yeah, one good game.
Yeah.
And his return to the lineup after, I believe it was 51 games missed.
NFL.
22 points, 4 boards, 2 of 3 from 3, and hitting those game-winning free throws that Jason is so excited to tell you about.
Yep.
Who's not?
Who?
The Wiz. Washington,
beats the Wiz.
D.C.
Everybody beats the
Actually,
Wiz.
everybody beats the Wiz.
I remember that.
The Wiz were right on the cusp of the play-in, and since that time have gone 2-8 in their last 10 games, and currently are tied for the longest losing streak in the NBA at 4 games, and now find themselves 2.5 back of that final play-in spot. Prediction: they don't get it.
Is Bradley Beal the Damian Lillard of soon-to-be Luka Doncic's?
No, because Damian Lillard's at least won before.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like we should make a special category for players that need to be rescued off of perennially bad teams. By the way, knowing full on that I used to hate it when people do that to DeMarcus Cousins, but screw it.
Is the thing with Beal? I think Lillard and Beal, it's different. Where Beal is just like, dude, I'm getting paid here.
Yeah,
I'm comfortable here.
But it just sucks because Beal is not relevant, and Lillard has been relevant. But I feel like Bradley Beal is a lot better than a lot of the NBA fans realize.
And Portland historically is just a better run franchise than Washington.
Yeah, Washington, not great. Here's a nominee for who's not off the text line. Guys, tell me this isn't my fault. I had season tickets for the last 10 years.
Oh, boy.
I lost money almost every year, and I'm lower middle class. Still kept renewing because I knew it would pay off eventually. Before this season, though, we looked at the numbers and couldn't justify renewing this year, so we didn't. And then they have the best season in almost 20 years.
Yeah,
the guilt has
rough.
overwhelmed me. Please tell me there's nothing I could have done. Light the beam.
No, you could have bought season tickets again.
Well, I would say this. I would turn that frown upside down. It's not your fault. Maybe this is all because of you.
He was the jinx.
He was the jinx. And the fact that you sacrificed and you didn't renew your season tickets, and now you're missing out on barrels of cash and also the ability to be in the playoffs. Yeah. Good for you.
It's funny that text came in. I was speaking with a buddy last night who is a season ticket holder, and he was telling me some of the prices he was able to charge for some of the premium games.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Folks will pay money to watch the good teams and the Kings this year. I'll
There's
just
going to
say
be
that,
visiting
man.
teams here, dude. There's going to be visiting team fans, I should say here.
The Boston game, it was like 5 times the amount of the ticket price.
I don't like it when other team fans take over, but I like it when our fans take over other places.
Yeah, it's okay. It's acceptable then when you hear Light the Beam chants in other markets.
Yes.
For their sacrifice, Dave, did I hear right? You're getting them courtside seats?
Yep.
For all the playoff home games?
With popcorn.
I am definitely going to look into it for 100% sure. From the 916, Dave, Jason, your thoughts on the Kings pursuing Draymond Green in free agency this offseason? He has a history with Mike Brown and can bring some defense and physicality that the Kings need. My answer is the same. That's out of context, but give me the context of, is it are we signing him to a 4-year, $150 million deal? Hell no. We're getting Draymond Green for 3 years and 45, which I don't think is realistic, but are we? Yeah. And I know a lot of people hate that, but This team's better with a guy like Draymond Green on it.
Could fire some people up like this guy.
They get mad. I would prefer a guy like Bobby Portis, who just re-signed with the Bucks.
Why?
Bobby Portis.
I like the idea of having tough, good defenders that are veteran. I think that's
That's
part
Draymond.
No,
you said you preferred Portis.
because I think Portis would be cheaper and
Got
B
it.
doesn't bring the drama that Draymond Green would.
Yeah, we said earlier, and I think it's true, definitely via draft, that Monty has a type. I
Yes.
don't know, and I don't think we can characterize the totality of what he wants to do, but he'll have now seen this team play this way, a great regular season. We don't know what they'll look like in the postseason. Interesting to see what he thinks they need.
Sure.
Because he'll address that.
I'll tell you this: if it's a Draymond Green, let's play that game, right? There's a world where that's a thing. Harrison Barnes isn't back,
And he may not be. That's one of the puzzles they have to figure out in the offseason.
I think that's the most interesting one. I really do.
Back to the price, too, for me on him.
Fox ain't going anywhere. Sabonis ain't going anywhere. I can't imagine Keegan's going anywhere. But then again, I said Tyrese isn't going anywhere. Be a little strange for Herder to go somewhere this soon.
Yeah, Monk's on a great deal.
Real quick, one of the byproducts of being successful is the creativity of a fan base that hasn't had a chance to be creative in a long, long time.
Yeah.
And I'm really here for this. Is the creativity of a fan base that hasn't had.
Wow, you narcissist! You're really here for the sound of your own voice.
The fans are replaying shows everywhere.
Yep.
Listen to that creativity. It's amazing. Somebody got a hold of me on, and by the way, so all these songs I love it. I said this yesterday. I think that they should all be put on something and do like a Kings album playlist, whatever, and find a way to help charity. Like I want more songs. I want all the songs. People are like, well, what's the official song? No, screw the official song. I think it's so awesome to see the creativity and the talent. Whether it's Denzel with his song Light the Beam, Deuce and Mo Shut Up and Light the Beam. I love that. It's super catchy. This is a group called Viking Skate Country. They asked me to voice the intro, which I did. I've skipped forward just so Jay doesn't call me a narcissist, just to give you the song itself. I thought this was kind of
self-conscious.
A little bit because of you. Let's play a little bit of this. You get the idea. And I love that there's just different styles of music.
Need to bring the vocals up though.
You got to. There's two corrections I made because by the way, this is on YouTube and I'll tweet it again. It was out yesterday. I invite you to go see the video. Is actually really well done. A lot of Kings fans in it. I would have done two things for constructive criticism. I would have brought the vocals up. You're exactly right. And I also would have added subtitles because I think the lyrics.
Well, that's why I needed the vocals up. I couldn't understand your lyrics.
But go check.
I like the vibe though.
I completely do too. Viking Skate Country is the name.
I didn't even know Vikings knew how to skate.
I didn't even know they had a country anymore.
They do. It's Minnesota.
That's right. One more thing in here, and that would be tonight in the National Basketball Association.
Not a lot.
No, Hornets and Pelicans.
Okay.
Pelican.
You know what? To make it better.
Tonight.
Thank you.
Hornets at Pelicans. This time it's real.
Hey, the former Hornets taking on the current Hornets. Am I right?
Great point right there.
Battle of the Hornies.
I don't know. I don't think anyone calls them the Hornies. Jay Mars, except for you. Have you started something? Pelicans at Hornets. Hey, by the way, is that Is there a rivalry there?
No.
Because the Hornets and the Pelicans, they used to be the Hornets, now they're the Pelicans, the
I think
Bobcats, and the
George
thing.
Shin passed away, which would have been the only link to that.
Okay, all right. So no rivalry there. Thunder and Clippers.
Rematch from the other night.
Rematch.
Thunder won that.
Yes, they
Go
did.
Thunders.
Yeah, right. Is it Go Thunders? Yeah,
Go
let's
Thunders.
go Thunders.
Sure.
I wouldn't mind having that as a first round matchup. I think that would be fun. And I like me some Josh Giddey. Sweet 16 tonight. Michigan State, Kansas State.
Go Spartans.
Florida Atlantic versus Tennessee.
Who do you want in that game, Dave?
I'd say we should go. You know what? Doesn't really matter to me, but screw it. Go Vols.
Okay.
I'm going to go Florida Atlantic.
Shocking.
Yeah, just because
I
I don't really have a reason why.
Arkansas versus UConn.
We're going to see a Musselman shirtless again?
I hope not, but hey, you know what? To each his own.
I mean, he is a muscle man.
And let's see what kind of mood Jason Ross is going to be in tomorrow. Drew Timmy and the Gonzagas versus UCLA and the Cronins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw Johnny using the other night. Who's he playing for?
Jazz.
The Jazz, that's right.
Johnny hates Jazz.
I remember that. He does.
Yeah.
Johnny loves Jazz now.
I don't know if we've ever confirmed that, by the way.
Whether he
Does
hates
Johnny actually hate Jazz, or is it all a gimmick?
one-hit wonders.
There you go.
You know, Cutting Crew and Johnny Hates Jazz got to face off against each other.
Is that this matchup tonight? Gonzaga would be Cutting Crew. All right.
Johnny Hates Jazz.
What are you guys rooting for?
Dexy's Midnight Runner.
Yeah. We're definitely beam 'em up Bruins.
UCLA's.
Go UCLA's. Go.
So you're rooting for a Los Angeles-based team?
I am. I'm more like rooting against Gonzaga.
Okay.
I hate Gonzaga.
Couldn't imagine why.
Does anyone hate Gonzaga?
Wow. You hate DeMontis Sabonis' alma mater.
I'm going to say, do they even have a rival?
UCLA, seemingly.
I guess.
A half-court shot ripped my heart out a couple years ago by Jalen Suggs.
The NCAA title is their rifle.
That's their
one-sided, by the way.
Wow, Mark too
Maybe this
few?
is their year.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Right said Fred.
God, Right Said Fred would go up against like Chumbawamba and the bracket. Like Shattered Dreams is a fun. I don't have a problem with that song. It comes
fun.
on.
I'm Too Sexy's fun.
It's a lot of fun,
Tub
actually.
thumping's fun.
You can't.
You've never tub thumped?
Dude, when Tub Thumping came out, I was like, yeah, this is it. And then like 20 years later, I'm like, he drinks a vodka drink and a cider drink.
Yeah.
You know what?
So when you get knocked down, you stay down.
That's the only
pretty
good
much
part
it.
of the song. Those are lame songs.
Apparently, everyone will keep you down.
I have I cringe watching the Right Said Fred video.
Why?
Because I have a lot of those shirts. But
Rico.
But like
Suave.
Hands to Heaven by Breathe. That's a great song. Cutting Crew. Just Died in Your Arms Tonight. Great song. Shattered Dreams. Great song. These are all opinion based, by the way.
Great.
They're wonderful songs. We'll take a break. When we come back,
Voices carry.
Standings Watch. That's a great reference, by the way. Standings Watch, magic number update.
These magic numbers.
I was hoping because if have you ever noticed I pushed the brake?
Mine won't last forever unless this king season doesn't end on time.
Sacktown Sports, sacktownsports.com.
I'm Eric Armstead, and you're listening to Sacktown Sports.
Armstead with relentless pursuit, and Eric Armstead came in and sacked him.
You wanted more Niners?
Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento's new home for the 49ers.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Jiffy Lubes Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Kurt Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at sacktownsports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning, Bill Eats RV, and Naughtywood Barbecue.
Scott for Scott's here. Do you hear that? Bring the mic in close. That's not how the grass should sound. There's weeds everywhere in this lawn. It's time to take action with Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action. It gets 3 jobs done at once. Kills weeds, prevents crabgrass, and feeds your lawn so it keeps growing strong. Ah, much better.
Get a bag of Scott's Triple Action today. It's guaranteed, or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pie customer.
The other workers' comp insurance company, they were going to reclassify our business, and then they were going to charge me $50,000.
Meet Natalie, owner of the carpentry shop. Shocked by an unexpected bill, she knew it was time to switch her workers' comp provider. That's when she found Pie Insurance.
When we got the quote back from Pie, it was a sigh of relief. They put us in a policy where we fit.
Is your small business overpaying for workers' comp insurance? See how much you could save at trypie.com. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified.
I'm grateful that there's a company out there that's willing to insure us little guys because every dollar counts.
With Pie Insurance, you get pricing and coverage made for small businesses. What are you waiting for? Ask your agent for Pie or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypie.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your local sports leader in the 916. This is Sacktown Sports. Sacktown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sacktown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Memphis Grizzlies got a big return last night as Ja Morant played in his first game since an 8-game suspension.
3 on the shot clock for Morant at the rim. He hangs, scoops, scores, and he'll get one more. Great hustle by the Grizz as Ja Morant with a highlight reel move at the rim gets fouled. He'll get an and one.
The Grizzlies held off the Rockets 130-125 and continued a hold on the number 2 spot in the Western Conference. The Kings got some help in the Pacific Division as the Lakers took out the Suns. Sacramento's hold on the number 1 spot in the Pacific grew stronger as Phoenix is now 5 games back. The Clippers are 5.5 games back, and the Warriors find themselves 6 games back of Sacramento. You can read more about the playoff push and all the chaos around it right now at SacktownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Rivalry's already brewing. A morning host at I don't know if there's a rival station in the Bay Area because it's the Bay Area, but I'll shout him out. Our guy Murph from the Murph and Mac show.
Oh yeah,
they were just apparently somebody was saying they were just talking about getting me and Logan Webb on the show because there's going to be a rivalry and it's going down if it's 3 versus 6. It's already starting that there's this hatred between us, and we have us, we have Logan, we have Hassan Minaj.
Yeah,
who do they have?
I was telling Jason in one of the breaks, we also have former NBA All-Star James Donaldson.
What? Of the Mavericks?
Yeah. He's Sacramento-based.
Is he really?
Yeah, he went to Burbank.
How did I not know that?
Nobody seems to remember that.
I don't think so either. Wow. All right, well, let's go.
You hear about Cartwright and KJ all the time. James Donaldson is Sacramento's.
I will take Jim Don on my side any day of the week. Let's go. We have guys, this is kind of your fault. This is classic. Sort of. We have breaking news.
When it breaks,
We have it first.
it's Sacktown Sports breaking news.
I almost forget which one of you dingoes has never seen Shawshank Redemption.
That's me.
That's him.
That's
You've seen it,
dingo
right?
number 2.
You remember when
Andy
Dufresne?
Nope.
He's walking out with his, getting ready to escape, and he stole the warden's shoes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's a prisoner that's wearing these super shiny
Right.
shoes.
Now I gotta see it.
And
the rocks are falling out.
and he goes,
The rocks.
and Morgan Freeman is he's narrating,
Yeah.
and he says, something like,
My
and
friend,
to be honest, how often do you look at a man's shoes?
Yeah.
We've been on the air together for 3 hours, and I just want to thank you guys personally for letting me know that I'm wearing 2 different shoes.
Okay, we both thought that was on purpose.
Yeah.
You knew?
Yes. We had like 2 segments ago. I said Dave's limp is bad. Like
Yeah,
and then Jay goes, "Is he in a walking boot?" I go, "Yeah, he's wearing something different."
I noticed it right away, and I figured it was just because of the limp that you put on 2 different shoes and one served an orthopedic function.
Yeah.
No, that dumb sciatic thing kicked up again last night in the middle. It was super fun. And I'm walking around like I'm 90. But
Yeah, we know.
Thank you. But this is what happens when you get dressed in the dark.
Yes.
So this is my favorite pair of shoes. It's a brand called Kizik. They're slip-ins. I suggest everybody gets them. They're the best shoes I've ever owned. This shoe has a white border underneath the black. They're both black.
You're just changing the game.
And it's a golf shoe.
See, okay, so Jason, I am correct in my assumption that one was serving an orthopedic function.
Yeah.
Because they're both not tennis shoes. One is different.
Don't think it's serving. I mean, it may be serving a negative orthopedic.
Well, you're not going to slip.
It's true.
I'm
on your left side.
Left side.
So there you go.
And you're not going to slip there, and you're going to slip into the right.
I just don't. I don't know that I've ever. I'm sure.
Oh no, I noticed that. Like it was the first thing I noticed this morning.
Why didn't you say something?
Well,
because
You
again,
thought it was on purpose.
because of the limp, I
Yeah.
thought there was an orthopedic reason for the shoe.
I did that one time in my life, and it was same idea where I woke up early. I was flying, and I put the shoes through the airport detector, and I remember like, well, the one's come through, but where's? And I'm just waiting, and because 2 shoes came through, but I saw the one that was mine. The other one was also mine, but I didn't realize. I'm like, well, what? Where's my other shoe? I go,
oh, you're wearing.
I wore 2 different. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
That's a what? It's actually kind of surprising. It doesn't happen more often.
I don't know.
All right. Well, thanks to everybody for pointing that out and not. But yeah, I was one of the sales guys downstairs was like, "Why are you wearing 2 different shoes?" I was like, "No, oh my god,
I am not. I am
half ready to
golf.
Exactly,
and half not."
The Kings.
Here's my thing. Sorry, I gotta jump back in, Chris. Great point. How did you, because of the different field, just notice it now?
Now, the honest answer, I think, because I don't know, but I think it might have something to do with my limp today that I'm not really in tune because I'm not walking normally. I would think I would notice if I was half on cleats and half on, but also I have size 15 feet. Let's be honest. How sensitive are my feet really? Hello. 1-800-920-1140. How sensitive are your feet? 4 is we'll call it the MN. For the Kings to make the playoffs, the number is 4. Here are the MNs for the teams on the teams below. So to clinch over the Phoenix Suns, it's 6.
Yeah.
Clippers 5, Golden State 4, OKC 4, Dallas 3, Utah, Minnesota, Lakers, New Orleans also 3. They have eliminated Portland, San Antonio, and Houston. Can't catch the Kings. It's funny. It's funny with 10 games left that like there's only 3 teams they've eliminated from catching them. Like it's just funny how close things
and
are.
it'll go quickly here. Obviously, if the Kings start winning a game here or 2 games, like this weekend, if they have a productive weekend, it could be great. Could happen as soon as this weekend. Tonight, you just gave the games in the NBA earlier. What do you have? The Hornets and the Pelicans. So if the Pelicans were to lose, that magic number drops to 2. But the Thunder and Clippers play. And what's important about this one is, you're saying probably go OKC. We actually might want, if I have it right in my head, and this is a little convoluted, but I think the magic number would go to 3 for the Kings if the Clippers won.
The Clippers won. The overall magic number goes to
And
3?
here's why, if I have it right. Currently, Phoenix is in 4th. The Clippers are in 5th.
38-35.
I know the Warriors are listed in 6th, and they are based on number of games, but the Thunder can also win 46 games.
That's exactly right. They're tied in the loss column.
Yeah, so that's why you have to look at the loss column. If you give another team 37 losses, which would be the Thunder, that means the Kings' magic number would drop to 3 with a Thunder loss tonight.
And remember, it's any combination, I'm assuming. It's
of teams 7 and below.
Yes.
Because that's the problem. And, like the Warriors won, but it knocked down Dallas. It was muddy last night. So, yeah, that would drop the magic number to 3 for the Kings to clinch a playoff spot.
The more I think about it, the more, it's not a matter of want. Every team scares me. If we were playing the Rockets in the first round, I'd probably be sitting here like, well, they're young. They can get hot. They've good, But I really hope the Thunder catch the Warriors or the Clippers. The Thunder right now are a game and a half behind the Clippers.
Well, how about if you have the Warriors catch the Clippers?
Yeah, that's fine.
So get them. You want them out of the 6th seed.
I'd rather play the Thunder than the Clippers, though.
I would too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'd rather play the Thunder than the Warriors.
I would too.
But and on top of that, completely independent of the Kings, I kind of want how great would it be if the Thunder made the playoffs?
That'd be incredible.
Really would be amazing. And then you consider whatever draft picks they have due to them. And then on top of that, they get, because they're already getting the number 2 pick in the draft next year playing for them in Chet Holmgren. This is all without Chet Holmgren.
Yeah.
They're going to come back next year with Josh Giddey, with Chet Holmgren, with Shaq Gilgeous-Alexander, Lou Dort. Okay, maybe he doesn't belong in there, but still a solid player.
Yeah, if you have OKC losing tonight, which is very possible to the Clippers, you'd have Minnesota, Thunder, Mavericks, Lakers, Jazz, Pelicans, 37 losses. How do you sort that out?
That's like a weird golf leaderboard on Sunday. Also, I got to look at the rules too, but I just want to remind myself that don't the Pelicans get the Lakers' first round pick this year, Tim?
Correct. So if somehow the Lakers didn't make, which they may not, or even if they do, they're going to be a lower pick, or lower chance, higher pick, I should say. So yeah, Pelicans are going to be just fine.
I just don't think. I wonder how many people truly understand, like, how screwed the Lakers are long term. Like, they're screwed. They are so screwed. Pelicans have the right to swap picks this year. The 2024 draft, it's owned by the Pelicans, although the Pelicans could say, we want 2025. In 2025, they'll either have their pick or they won't, depending on what the Pelicans do next year. And then as of right now, they still have all their picks after that. But wait, hold on. Did they end up trading those 2 firsts at the trade deadline, the 27 and 29? I can't remember.
With Russell.
The 27 and it's protected. You're going to have LeBron James retiring here in the next couple, or moving at least.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis is, not Mr. Reliable. A lot of those moves that they made.
Good for them.
It's just so neat. From the 209.
It's so neat.
Who are some players that played for both the Kings and the Warriors? Mitch Richmond.
Billy Owens.
Sharunas Marciulionis.
Willie Cauley-Stein.
DeMarcus Cousins.
Omri Caspi.
Billy Owens. Oh, you said it. No, there's like 10 more, too.
Oh, yeah.
Lionel Simmons.
We've got several that were coaches or coached.
Oh, yeah.
Musselman,
Luke Walton, Musselman, Malone, Mike Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of our coaches. In fact,
ownership, Vivek.
Wait a minute. Which one of our coaches didn't at one point coach for the Warriors in some capacity? Like Ty Corbin?
Jaeger.
Because everyone else, at least modern era, Vivek era, every single one except for Jaeger and I think Corbin. Maybe Kenny Nat.
Right.
Westfall was pre.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? Yeah. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's look at some of these injuries as well. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Who is in, who is out, who's coming back? We'll do that next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
I think Josh McDaniels looks at a football organization like a lion looks at a pride. Like there can only be one alpha, and he gets in the, he saunters over into the pride, and he spots the threats and who needs to be gotten rid of and who needs to be taken out. And I think that's why you see like a Darren Waller, a Derek Carr, they're out.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sacktown Sports.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Chrysler's Jeep celebration events?
We have the biggest savings since 2020 with up to $15,000 off MSRP when you lease a new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE.
Those 4xe plug-ins are pretty awesome. Any special going on for Dodge?
Right now, get up to $5,500 off MSRP on new 2022 Dodge Charger GTs. But with this kind of savings, they won't last long.
Nobody will treat you better than Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Come see for yourself with a test drive today or search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
15,000 total net savings on select new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs after 10,500 total rebates and 4,500 dealer discounts. Must lease to qualify. Rebates include 3,000 California Carb lease bonus cash. Must be California residents and lease to qualify. Plus 7,500 federal income tax credit rebate. Valid only on lease option. 7,500 income tax credit provided by Internal Revenue Code Section 30D. May apply to purchase option. Incentive offered by third party and may be subject to change without notice. Consult a tax professional for details and eligibility. 5% net savings. Sample VIN 716944. Must take delivery by 3/31/23. Only while supplies last. 5,500 total net savings on select 2022 Dodge Charger GTs after 2,500 factory rebates and 3,000 dealer discounts. 5% net savings. See dealer for details.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. God. I'm glad that radio isn't like professional sports leagues where you can be traded.
Oh man.
I think if I had a choice of doing radio or working in Boston sports radio, I would quit. I just wouldn't do it. They get great numbers. It's a great sports town.
Why would you quit?
Rather than work in Boston?
Yeah. What is it about?
Because I continually hear over and over again examples of the cesspooliness that is Boston radio. I just couldn't do it.
Didn't have a shining moment yesterday.
Yeah,
but
they did
just
not.
overall, like, okay. What if you could go there and be different and change it? Not change it, but be yourself.
I am fully of the opinion that if I had the idea of going to Boston and trying to be different, I would be chewed up, spit out, and vomited out within 25 seconds.
I think you might actually be murdered.
Right, could be.
And thrown over like the damn tea.
At least kicked a few times. Just like the damn tea.
Yeah.
I think like average sports shows do like 20 shares out there. You would do negative 20.
Yeah, like there's no better sports radio market than Boston. That is for sure. The numbers they do are ridiculous. And I'm not a huge fan of painting with a broad. It's kind of like when we were talking about the stuff Jaylen Brown was saying. You know, like, not that he did, but I don't want to paint anything with it. They're great fans, great people in radio, and great everything in Boston. You know, but God, when they face plant, man, they really, really face plant. Zion Williamson, which has nothing to do with face planting, by the way, but knee plants, exactly. Will be reevaluated again in 2 weeks.
Yeah, apparently he's been cleared to get on the court.
Yeah,
but reevaluate in 2 weeks. Are they even going to be in the mix? Are they going to the postseason? We don't know.
On-court activities. He's been cleared for on-court activities. I hate this story because it's not exactly the same, Jason, but this is Joel Embiid all over again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a question, and then the result, like, that's a really good example. I'm glad you brought him up because, honestly, I've put this out there, and I've wondered if I was David Griffin or if I was the GM of New Orleans. I know my team is better with him. I know it. And you know he is a freak athlete, a problem whenever he's on the court. And I would think my mindset at some point would be I'm doing everything I can to build the team around him, which is, I think, what they're doing. Yeah. And is probably the right thing. But when is it not? And Joel Embiid, they were patient, the process, whatever we did, they waited and they got through those years of injuries.
Yes.
And now he's been an MVP candidate for the last 3 years and been great.
It's been wonderful.
I hope that's the future for Zion.
I do too.
But I don't know. And I don't know. I would be afraid to be burned, but I also would be afraid to be burned in the other way where it's like, man, I kept him too long. And I think you're probably selling low if you try to trade him. I'm not sure that's the right plan of attack. But he's still finishing up the rookie contract this year. Next year, he's at 33.5, then 36, then 38, then 41. That's everything of a franchise All-NBA guy, which he is when he plays. But you could be going on 2 years in a row where he didn't even have any impact on your team.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's see. Joel Embiid came into the league as a rookie at 20. He came into the league as a rookie. He was 20 years old. Zion Williamson, 19. This is Zion Williamson's 4th year. Let's just assume he doesn't play.
Okay, which is a fair assessment.
Yeah, he also didn't play the year before last. He's played 24, 61, and 29 games. And then 1 year where he did not play at all. That's in his first 4 years of NBA eligibility. He's played 114 games. Joel Embiid did not play his first or second year of eligibility in the NBA.
Yeah.
His 3rd year, he played 31 games. His 4th year, he played 63 games. That's a total of 94 games. So technically,
so Zion's played 20
more games in his first 4 years of eligibility. Now, Zion's career averages in 94 games, considering, by the way, he's 22 right now. 26 points, 7 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 60% from the field, and then whatever, half a block and a steal a game, including a year where when the year he got closest to playing a full season, 61, he averaged 27 points and a little over 7 boards, not to mention all the other cool explosive stuff he does. That's really good. Like the talent's there.
What was Joel's 4th year, did you say? How many games? Not averages. How many games did he play?
His 4th year, he played 63.
Okay. So I think the difference is Joel was going up. He missed the first 2, which we knew. Then he played 31 or whatever he said, and then 60 something. This is barely any of the rookie year. Good second year of 61. None year 3. And then this year is going to be, let's keep him at 29 games. I mean, is he good to go starting next year? Well, I mean, I would think he would be, but
it depends on what you qualify that as. Because here's the thing about Joel Embiid: he played 31 games. He didn't play the first 2. Then he played 31 games. Here he is since 63, 64, 51, 51, 68, 59. One of those was a COVID year, granted. It's not like Joel Embiid is Mr. Reliable. Joel Embiid is probably on average good for 50 to 60 games a year.
Yeah.
They get a lot out of him for that, but still, and by the way,
but New Orleans would take 55 games a year from Zion.
Absolutely. And I want to be fair to Joel too. This doesn't count playoffs.
Yeah.
That's just regular season. He's obviously played a lot more games. Yes, I think if New Orleans knew they were getting 50 games a year,
keep going forward, he's the man.
100%. And I also am not entirely sure where he's at, but let's see. Zion, this is his 4th. Isn't he, or did Zion already sign in?
Yeah, I was just doing those numbers, right? He jumps to major numbers here coming up. 33 million next year. Where was it? Yeah, 33 million next year, 36, 38, and then 41.
Wow. You know what, though? They're pot committed, Jason.
Yeah.
I think they're pot committed. I think unless somebody gives them a barrel over, can't resist offer, they got to hold on to him.
Yeah, they're going to be at 100 million next year on McCollum, Ingram, and Zion.
And to me, if those 3 guys, if you told me they were going to get an average of 60 games out of those 3 guys, I'm putting them. They're 100% hosting a playoff series. It's a really good team. We're not even talking about the Herb Joneses and all those guys. It's I always mix. Is Valanciunas still with them? I always mess it up.
He's gonna make 15 million next year.
Paul George will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. That he's done for the season, and I didn't like that update because I don't know.
Yeah.
Just because he's reevaluated in 2 weeks. Now you'd think had he broken something, torn something,
right?
They would have announced it. He's done.
But I think they want to leave that open, whether or not he can go. I just think the injuries, and the last note we had here about the injuries, I couldn't believe that when that was floating around yesterday, because LeBron and KD were set to play if they were both available. Both were out. They haven't played since Christmas of 2018 when Kevin Durant was on the Warriors.
I have some fun stats on that, coincidentally. Would you like to hear them?
We would.
The last time LeBron and KD played against each other, Harden averaged 36 points per game. Jokic had 0 MVPs. Blake Griffin was a top 10 in points. Kyrie was a Celtic. AD was a Pelican. And Ben Simmons was an all-star.
Wow.
Yeah. And Luke Walton was the Lakers coach.
I hate injuries. They're the dumbest. We'll take a break. When we come back, baseball season opens 1 week from today. Woo! Can't wait. Awesome. We'll talk about the exciting stuff with the baseball and some numbers for you next.
Catch every Niners game right here.
It's a new partnership. It's a new day. We're going to be able to build some things together. But let's not fool anybody. This has always been a Niners town.
Here's Purdy out of the gun looking for McCaffrey on the goal line. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sacktown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Thursday. We're out the door to a soggy start. We'll see a chance for more showers blossom this afternoon, maybe an isolated thunderstorm with highs today in the lower 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Make your New Year's resolutions yet? Let me help. Trade out of that old car and into something safe and reliable, like a new Folsom Lake Kia with a low payment. Shop Folsom Lake Kia, family owned for over 20 years.
You're staying warm and comfortable this winter? Take advantage of American Energy's $49 furnace tune-up today. Make sure your furnace is running efficiently and safely with their 30-point tune-up. That'll save you money in the long run and help prevent major repairs and replacements down the road. American Energy, as always, been in Sacramento since 1981. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Make the uncomfortable comfortable. And you tell me good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
I'm Craig Ashton of the Injury Law Firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
There are plenty of reasons to love golf in Northern California. With giant redwoods lining the fairways, the best Alistair McKenzie course you've never played is Northwood Golf Club's 9-holer along the Russian River. The 7th hole at Pebble Beach is a beauty or a beast. Play a sand wedge or a 5-iron depending on the direction of the wind. Down the road a bit, Pacific Grove Golf Course sports a gazillion-dollar ocean view and a green fee about 1/10 of Pebble Beach. San Francisco's Presidio Golf Course survived the 1906 earthquake and was home course to President Teddy Roosevelt. In the summer, you can tee it up on the ocean at the links at Bodega Harbor at dawn and tap in at sunset in the mountains at Old Greenwood in Truckee. Unlike Caddyshack's Carl Spackler, a good superintendent goes unnoticed working behind the scenes. Green thumbs up. There's a lot to love about golf, and as columnist Thomas Boswell wrote, when you fall in love with golf, you seldom fall easy. It's obsession at first sight. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hey guys, this is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you. None of y'all told me that AutoTrader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face. But I'm not smiling. No one told me that with AutoTrader, a dealer can deliver cars to my home or that I could shop by price on AutoTrader. No one. Consider this friendship that you just learned we had officially over. Finally, it's easy. AutoTrader.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Kenny and Jerry here from Bell Brothers, and people always ask us, why does a heating and air conditioning company also sell replacement windows?
Simple. We're all about lowering your energy bills and keeping your home comfortable. And for a lot of homes in the area, old, outdated windows are a major problem.
If your home is more than 10 years old, you should at least get your windows inspected.
Chances are high that new, ultra-efficient windows from Bell Brothers will make a world of difference, both in energy bills and the comfort of your home.
And right now, when you buy 8 or more windows, we'll give you 50% off any sliding glass door or a free pet door.
So call Bell Brothers now at 916-444-1234 or online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Capital Casino back with indoor gaming and dining located inside at 411 North 16th Street, downtown Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
Headlines.
Carmichael.
With your Sacktown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Memphis Grizzlies got a big return last night as Ja Morant played in his first game since an 8-game suspension.
3 on the shot clock for Morant at the rim. He hangs, scoops, scores, and he'll get one more. Great hustle by the Grizz as Ja Morant with a highlight reel move at the rim gets fouled. He'll get an and one.
The Grizzlies held off the Rockets 130-125 and continued a hold on the number 2 spot in the Western Conference. The Kings got some help in the Pacific Division as the Lakers took out the Suns. Sacramento's hold on the number 1 spot in the Pacific grew stronger as Phoenix is now 5 games back. The Clippers are 5.5 games back, and the Warriors find themselves 6 games back of Sacramento. You can read more about the playoff push and all the chaos around it right now at SacktownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports. We'll be on the road in Portland next week, you and I.
Is it like Phoenix?
It is not.
Okay.
I am a much bigger fan of Portland than I am Phoenix, but mainly the surrounding Portland area.
Okay, because it was about maybe a little less than a year. Remember a year ago we were in Phoenix spring training.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, there's some redeeming qualities about Phoenix.
Yeah.
Like the golf in
Yeah.
the winter time is cool.
Yep.
I mean that, no pun intended. Like, it's warm. I don't know. Not much else.
Okay.
Phoenix is, you know how I feel about Phoenix.
Yeah, I do.
But Portland, dude, like Oregon and all that. I love that.
That's your
stuff.
kind of weather.
Everything's just green and
Yeah.
nice. Although the rain is really testing my patience. We got another river
Like next
coming
week.
through
Yeah,
next week.
Man, I was like, okay, we'll probably have one last one, and then ideally, we shouldn't be so selective. We should appreciate all the rain that we've gotten, but like we need this for like 4 days in the summer, like in July,
Right.
like a 4-day rain.
Yes, can we
cool
save
things
it?
off, and then we're good again.
I got to be honest with you. I would trade 2 weeks of this rain right now for give me a month. I don't care. Make the whole month of July rain. I'm fine with
not
it.
for that.
You would feel better about it if it's like 110 every day, and then like, oh hey, it's raining.
Just for a couple, not a month.
Well,
2 days. I like the heat.
I know this. When I woke up this morning, it was supposed to be raining much of next week, and then on April 1st, Saturday, it was supposed to be 70 degrees. Now, on April 1st, Saturday, it's going to be 64, it says, with a low of 39. What the HE double hockey sticks is that? Dude, it's going to be in the high 30s between now and a week from Saturday. It's going to be in the high 30s 7 times.
Man.
36 to 39 degrees. The highest temperature is going to be 64, and that's a week from Saturday, though we do get, Jason, partly cloudy tomorrow, full sunshine Saturday, full sunshine Sunday.
Yes.
Highs of 58 and 59.
In the pool. When's the last time you were in your pool?
September?
I think I went in October.
Did
There
you?
was
You went in every month,
The first year
didn't
we
you?
got the pool, I said I'm going to go in every month.
You don't do that
so-
anymore?
Mine are like BBs.
Yeah.
It was truly a polar plunge, but I did that. And it was cold. But I got to tell you this: when I jumped in and jumped out, the feeling, whatever it does, like when people do the ice baths,
Yeah.
like it alerts all your senses. You're totally awake and alert when you're out. I feel good.
I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm honestly 100% scared of having a heart attack if I went in that cold water. Like, you read the stories about the people that go in and they just, like, I
didn't think about that, but
oh, now, well, I will.
You just jump in, you go under, you get out, and you're just done. That's it. I didn't swim around.
I wonder if there's a way you could find out in advance. Like, you could go to a doctor and be like, am I susceptible to polar bear heart attacks? And then they do tests and then you're not. There probably is. Because that's what I think about. Because I believe you that it's like refreshing.
It is.
But you have to jump in.
But there's some, it's not, oh, I will never do the, okay, my foot's in. Ooh.
Right.
Like that's what people
And
to me
I'm
do the
super
ice
guilty
baths.
of
Like
that, yeah.
I always try to jump into any pool or just like without, is it cold? Oh, it's like I'll usually do the toe test. Like, it's cold, but I'm going.
Usually, even in the summertime,
Like
when
you do the steps.
Well, the first couple weeks where it's like it's not comfortably warm yet, but it's warm enough to swim. Dude, I do like I'll film it sometime. It's ridiculous.
Well, I know
I'm like,
that there's key points of where
There's
you're getting in.
2 or technically you could say 3
Yeah.
major key points.
Yeah. But if you just jump in, it's all.
But then it's
You did it.
But then wait.
Yeah, well,
Polar bear heart attack.
Okay. Cocaine bear.
Mike Barnbaum says, Dave, you're really going to enjoy Portland. Jason's going to.
Yeah.
Their light rail system serves the airport. Jason and I did a Hornet football game in the Portland area back in early November. I can send you some photos.
Oh, yeah, send them.
Do me a favor. I'm not getting photos on my phone right now. I would like to see those, Mike. Send those to Jay Mars to his cell, and then I know he'll share them.
That's right. That's a good way to do it.
1-800-920-1140. Remember earlier that you said I didn't really want Jason to win the tournament. Well, 916-339-1140. I got to move over here.
Yeah.
The look I'm getting right now is a look of love.
Yeah. For baseball.
Yeah. Help me out here. So baseball begins a week from today.
Yeah. Saw this crazy stat for your beloved Giants. Remember Barry Lamar Bonds?
Yes.
He started in left field. Last season was 2007.
Yes.
I can't believe this, honestly. So since that start, opening day, Barry Bonds in left field, they've had a different starting left fielder every year. They likely will this year. That'll be 17 years in a row.
17 years in a row. 17 years is a long time.
As a different starting left fielder.
That's longer than the Kings playoff drought.
It is. And speaking of playoff droughts, how about this one? There are 7 teams in Major League Baseball that have 30-plus year droughts from making the World Series.
That's ridiculous.
One of them is our Oakland A's. The Twins have a 32-year drought. The A's and Reds played in 90, so it's 33 years now.
Wow.
Orioles are at 40, Brewers at 41, Pirates 44, and the Mariners have never happened. It's 47 years.
Is the last time the Pirates were? Am I getting it wrong here? Is the last time the Pirates were in it? Was that Bill Mazeroski?
Willie Stargell, We Are Family.
Oh, that's right.
1979.
Golly.
So any chance for any of those this year? Because baseball, I would say, of all the sports, a lot of teams have made the World Series.
Yeah.
This group hasn't. But, I feel like, I don't know, the Twins, they had a couple of years there, but it's now been 32. From Puckett and Herbeck and all those guys.
Yeah.
And Gladden and Morris.
Well, once upon a time, they had Joe Mauer and who's the other?
Justin Morneau.
Justin Morneau.
Yeah.
I know they had a little bit of pitching. Like that was a chance. I think the easy pick on this list is the team that's never made it, the Seattle Mariners.
Based on last year.
Yeah, they made the playoffs last year. There's really good vibes there. They've got a nice young team. Excuse me. I think the future for the Orioles is actually, if they do it right, is better than a lot of people think. They've nailed some draft picks, but it's just a matter of staying healthy and building on that. That's the thing with baseball. It's not like, basketball, you get one amazing rookie and then develops into the Luka, John Morant's, Kevin Durant's of the world.
Yeah.
That can turn around. In baseball, it can't just be, ask the Angels.
Right.
It can't be, they have arguably the 2 best players in baseball. Doesn't matter. Can't make the playoffs. That's why it's so hard. Meanwhile, you got to, those Giants World Series teams, we've talked about it many times. They blow anybody off. The Dodger World Series teams, you look at those rosters, you go, wow.
Yeah.
That blows you out of the water.
Right.
Giants?
Yeah. They just pieced it together, got hot at the right time, good pitching. I would say more of those early 90s A's teams or late 80s, like, oh, man, they're stacked with just monsters on their team. And then, it's just baseball's a bit unpredictable because there's a lot of heavy spending. The Yankees, the Mets, Dodgers, but that's no guarantee.
It is no guarantee, and I kind of almost wish it was, because that's the best argument. Is like, well, the cap situation's all screwed up, but look at the Rays. But it's also like, I don't want to use that comparison. just because you have inherent advantages doesn't always mean you're going to take advantage of those advantages. Just because you have inherent disadvantages doesn't mean you can't somehow overcome.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't mean you're not working twice as hard. It's still not fair.
Yeah, and then I just feel like over the years, if you go, I don't know how far we go back, 10, 15, 20 years, there's some organization, like I feel like the Cardinals are always good, right? Like they just do something right. They're always competitive. They're always in the mix. They seemingly make the playoffs a ton. Just some organizations just do it better than others.
The Reds, Guardians, Rays, Pirates, Orioles, and Athletics. If you put their salaries together, you've got the Mets.
Wow. All of that combined. So how do they have a chance? Some of those teams, the Guardians made the playoffs last year.
They did.
Like I do think the A's are going to have just a brutal year.
I think the A's are going to honestly lose
100 games.
Yeah.
Or more.
It's
That's
really
rough.
I don't mean this like everyone piles on the A's right now.
Right.
Like for real, I don't mean this in any way, shape, or form as piling on, but I think the A's are closer to an average AAA team than they are to an average Major League Baseball team. We'll take a break. When we come, what are you laughing at? When we come back, news notes, we got a crossover, celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies, and so much more. We'll be back right after this. Sacktown Sports.
It's Chris and Company with Chris Watkins.
The training staff of the Sacramento Kings nicknamed Sabonis Wolverine for his imperviousness to pain. I like Wolverine. Wolverine makes sense. Like, he's tenacious. He gets hit in the face every single game. He's got scratches, bruises all over him, got a dislocated hand. And he just heals. Just fine.
Chris and Company with Chris Watkins. Weekdays from 10 to 11.
On Sacktown Sports.
Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course is Sacramento's #1 course for fun. Players love Bartley Kavanaugh's fun design and great mixture of holes. Near the banks of the Sacramento River, Bartley Kavanaugh's moderately sized greens and generous fairway landing areas make for an affordable and fun round of golf. Bartley Kavanaugh offers a great pro shop, help planning your tournament or wedding, and a relaxing outdoor veranda for a cold beverage or a tasty meal. For tee times, visit BartleyKavanaugh.com. It's Sacramento's #1 course for fun.
You can't host movie night on your phone's hotspot. It's time for real home internet on the Xfinity 10G network. The future starts now. New customers can get 200 megabit Xfinity internet for just $25 a month for 2 years during our Xfinity 10G network launch celebration, now through April 23rd. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
When was the last time you heard of a new car for only $298 a month? How about today at Elk Grove Kia? Your choice, 2023 Kia Forte GT or 2023 Kia Soul EX for only $298 a month. Incredible. With Elk Grove Kia's exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Why would you buy anywhere else? Worried about credit? Elk Grove Kia specializes in helping folks get the credit they deserve. No credit, little credit, bad credit? No problem. Bankruptcies, foreclosures, repos? No problem. Looking for the hard-to-find models, Tellurides, K5s, EV6s? Check us out online at elkgrovekia.com or come see us at the Elk Grove Auto Mall today. 2023 Kia Soul EX 298 plus tax, 48 month lease, $31.95 customer cash to assigning residual of $15,603, 80 based on 10K per year, 20 cents per mile over payment based on tier 1, 740 plus FICO score. Kia finance approval. This payment GTA 858 2023 Kia Forte GT 298 plus tax, 36 month lease, $39.95 customer cash to assigning residual of $13,140 based on 10K per year, payment at tier 1, 740 plus FICO score. Subject to Kia finance approval. This payment GTA 8581 both expires 3/31/23.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners. It's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet Store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all 4 arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit fit with the art supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet art supports are only available at the Good Feet store. Visit the Good Feet store now for a free personalized art support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than freshly baked and home-delivered Crumble cookies.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
I don't know which is worse, but, we got all kinds. We find out things about our friends here locally all the time. We knew that Jay Mars had never seen Shawshank Redemption, and that was just brought up in the last
Persecute me, everyone.
Trust me, we will, but I don't know which is worse. In fact, today's poll question. Which is worse, Jay Mars not having seen Shawshank or Chris Watkins of Chris and who knows?
Yep.
He's never seen Forrest Gump. I think
did either one win an award?
I think Forrest Gump did. I know that
Tom Hanks won it.
Yeah, Tom Hanks won it. Did Forrest Gump win Best Picture?
I don't think so.
But I would say Chris would have been pretty young when Forrest Gump came out.
Sure, but I was pretty young when I was hanging with my. I wasn't even that actually. I was hanging with my dad. I was hanging with my grandpa. Like literally when Wizard of Oz came out.
Okay,
I've still seen it.
You were hanging out with your grandpa when the Wizard of Oz came out.
Well,
You're
in
old.
a manner of speaking, you know what I'm saying?
I've seen Wizard of Oz.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It's cool,
You see classics.
Yeah.
There's
the guys
certain
behind the glass
classics.
all said that I don't have to watch it.
No,
It's not required.
At this point, if you haven't seen
Wow.
Forrest Gump, it's not really going to be a thing.
Forrest Gump won Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actor.
Yeah, Robert Zemeckis, I believe, was the director, right?
Bob Zemeckis.
Same as
Back to the
Future. Hold on a second. Forrest Gump holds up just as well today as it did the day it came out. It's a period. It's a period
It's
piece.
reflective back in time.
Yes. What doesn't hold up? It's a period piece.
Not all period pieces hold up.
How does it not? Dude,
Gone with the Wind. Hold up.
Yeah, that's exactly why Forrest Gump does it. It's the exact same thing. Don't listen.
Which one would you say has to be seen more?
Forrest Gump over Shawshank.
Shawshank Redemption might be my favorite movie of all time, but I actually do think it's Forrest Gump. I
Did
think
you see Shawshank?
I have seen Shawshank.
Okay, there's got to be a movie, Dave, that you like have universally people have seen.
Oh
allegedly,
no! I'm not judging.
that you've missed. But what's yours? Because you judge all of us.
I don't know the movie. I know Seinfeld. And,
That's not a movie.
And Simpsons are the ones people always.
Also
kill me
not a
for.
movie.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying same concept. Movie.
You didn't watch that Ernest
Yeah,
basketball
Ernest
one.
goes
Ernest Slam Dunk.
Yeah, I didn't see. That's mine. I'm sure there is one. I don't know. I mean,
Marvel movies?
I've seen pretty much. I mean, I've missed a couple of like the second Doctor, whatever. Strange. Yeah, but I've seen all of them up to Endgame. I don't know. I've seen whatever. Just saying, dude. We should get a movie theater to partner with us, and we should do Shawshank night, and we should do Forrest Gump night.
Yeah, we could just watch
Hey,
it on.
come see the movies that you can watch on TBS 24.
We've done that before. People like popcorn. Shut up. Today is. Well, actually, let me get to this first. Fox's tweet about Japan's championship, the WBC, 275,000 likes in 36 hours. The previous record for them, 20,000 likes. Their top 35 most liked tweets have now all come from the last 2 weeks from the WBC. They've also added 100,000 followers. Let me be clear here.
Boxing is back.
I'm talking about Fox Sports baseball, not.
I know. I thought you were talking about Deere, and I was like, wait, Deere has thoughts on
See,
Mike Trout versus Ohtani?
Big WBC.
I saw Ohtani gain like 2 million Instagram followers, which is over the span of the WBC.
And I thought that was weird because I figured he'd have like a bunch already.
Who just is learning of Shohei Ohtani?
Yeah.
Anybody that watches baseball probably is just learning of Shohei Ohtani.
Or doesn't watch
No, it'd be people that watch baseball probably had never heard of him because it's baseball. Angels.
Oh, I see what I see what you did there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
That's a shot at baseball. That's what I did.
I'll tell you who wishes he hadn't heard of Shohei Ohtani. This is one of those old takes exposed. You do realize Shohei Ohtani has a 100 average and a 27 ERA, right? He's the perfect, quote, two-way player. He can't hit and he can't pitch. the two-way player is a unicorn. That was Keith Olbermann in 2018.
Whoops.
Ever since then, every one of his takes has been dead on. Right? Keith
Olbermann's still around.
Kind of. Like, I don't know about mentally. Keith's gone a little. He's gone around the bend, I think, a little bit. But I'll always remember Keith Olbermann, Dan Patrick, best sports center ever.
Big show.
Yeah. Big show.
They brought him back too, didn't they? A couple of years ago
For like a reunion.
I used to love Craig Kilborn on there.
I mean, Craig Kilby's great, but Charlie Steiner,
Van Pelt.
I was a child of Stuart Scott.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Really? Who's the mom?
I was going to say. It took me a second. I was
Mrs. Scott.
Who? Mrs. Scott.
The mom.
Absolutely. God rest his soul. Today is National Chia Day, but not like chia like the chia pets, the chia that you eat. That's dumb. Today's National Near Miss Day, celebrating all the asteroids that. And I'll borrow from George Carlin here. It really should be a near hit, right? Like when two airplanes, this was Carlin's thing, if they crashed, you go, oh, they nearly missed. Why is it called a near miss? Think about that.
It's less scary that way.
I agree. Today's National Melba Toast Day.
Never heard of it.
What the hell is Melba? What she have a toast? It just looks like toast. National Puppy Day.
Okay.
I'm here for that. Chris, dogs or cats?
Can't we have both?
You can, but one. Hey,
no, you can be bi.
Marry one, kill one. That type of thing. Dog and cat.
Mm-hmm.
No,
dogs.
I'm not killing any
Jason
animals.
says dog. Okay, don't
As
kill
a blanket statement, dogs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
J Mars.
I am withholding.
Wow. And
Cats
you say
are-
I'm on the fence. I know Verlad probably be cats. Verlad seems like cat guy, like Kyle.
Why?
I don't know. You just strike me as cat. Like, oh, cats,
I've never owned a cat.
They're very
Really?
low maintenance.
You have a
That's
dog?
the great.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I got that wrong. Dogs is the easy answer. Come on.
And puppies. Adorable.
Just right. And I mean, not that kittens aren't adorable too, but then they grow up and they're just lame and they
don't always grow up.
They don't do anything for you. They do their own thing and they eat and occasionally they let you pet them and then here's my butthole and they
So
walk
you're
away.
a cat.
Wearing two different shoes. Today's National Tamale Day. Tamales, are they on the Mount Crab Leg more for like amazing tasting, but also just an absolute hell to put together? Like crab leg.
I've never made tamales.
Me neither.
It's a nightmare.
I have helped make tamales.
Just
yes,
eating
it's
them.
a nightmare.
It
It's
is.
a process.
And
It
then,
is a process.
like tamales are good.
It's a whole family.
And I know this is controversial. I don't think tamales are worth the work. If somebody else is making tamales, I'll eat 50 of them.
But you're talking about eating the crab legs because you're not putting crab legs together.
No, but like you have to work to get to crab leg. You can't just, unless you get the canned kind, and that defeats the whole point. Also, controversial food take. Anyone agree? Crab leg greater than swine lobster? Anyone? No?
I'm allergic.
Me too.
Same.
You're allergic too?
Yeah.
Are you serious? No, you're not.
Don't be shellfish.
You're not serious. This is a great day. Finally, National Chip and Dip Day.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Gentlemen,
100.
You can only have
100.
Keegan, man. You can only have one chip and one dip for the rest of your life. What is it?
Chocolate and pudding. Chocolate chip and probably if it's only one, tortilla and salsa.
Same.
If it's only one.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I
guacamole.
think so.
I'd go salsa over guac.
Yeah,
but not by
guac's too
much.
inconsistent.
Yeah, I guess the cheese stands alone. I would go tortilla chip because regular and guacamole.
I'd like to harken back to last segment
Harken.
real quick.
Harken away.
Forbes put out the top 5 most profitable baseball teams last year. You ready for this?
Oakland A's number 1.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Seattle Mariners number 1 at $83.8 million in profits.
All right.
The Giants number 2 at $74.9 million in profits.
Hey.
By Judge.
The Red Sox $71.6 million made them number 3. The Baltimore Orioles number 4, $64.7 million. I think you might be seeing where I'm going with this revenue sharing thing. Number 5, your Oakland Athletics at $62.2 million.
We can all thank the Yankees and Dodgers and Mets.
Moneyball.
This is another reason why it's just like I can't. That makes my blood boil, dude. That's the problem with baseball.
And again, you put those profits up against what was the A's payroll last year, 30-something million.
The A's payroll going into this year is $40,925,000.
Making bank.
But by the way, keep in mind, you just talked about profits. That's after payroll.
Oh, it is?
Yes. You're subtracting payroll from the profit. Celebrity birthday brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Crumble Cookies. Crumble Cookies. Crumble Hook.
Stop looking at the door,
I thought
Jason.
they
They're
might
not
go to the
coming
door.
out.
Last time they did that, it's like,
I know, right?
It's not like a magic word. Well, I mean, it is, but.
Crumble Cookies. We love you. Jason Ross.
all right, here we go. Happy birthday on this March 23rd. Let's start with Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
Tell me something good.
Most fun names to say.
Yeah.
Give me a more fun name to say than Shaka Khan. Shaka is 79.
I was going to go 72.
I was going to say 76.
Chris Watkins for the win. 70
Whoa!
for Shaka Khan.
Wow.
Happy birthday to Jason Kidd.
Hey, good coaching last night, J Kid.
Oh, he's 1 of 2. I'm going to say he's 50.
Jason Kidd is 51.
So we got a 48, 50, and
He's
51.
either 50 or 51.
He is 50. Carmichael Dave,
Yes.
correct.
St. Joseph's Alameda.
Happy birthday to Ron Jaworski.
Josh. Ron Jaworski is 77.
72.
I was going to say 68.
72.
Wow.
Jay Mars, right on the
Wow,
button.
boy.
Happy birthday to Aisha Curry.
Hey.
Hey.
Aisha is she's 32.
31.
33.
34.
Wow.
How about
She's
that?
old.
Kyrie
Looks good for
Irving
age.
Kyrie.
celebrating a birthday.
Kyrie.
He's having flat cake.
Stupid.
Kyrie is 32.
31.
I'll say 30.
31.
Wow.
Good work.
All right. Well,
Hey, crumble cookies for Kyrie today.
there you go. For Sam Amick, for Jay Mars, for Chris Verlod's Laugh, for Jason Ross. Chris and Co. coming up next. What's coming up? We'll be right back after this.
I don't even want to
Place
do
you'll
it anymore.
find De'Aaron Fox is Sacktown Sports.
Spins away from the defender in the paint. Soft